The Russ Martin Show.
Take this and we'll do news. Yes, Bob?
Russ, I don't know really how to say this without making you hang up on me.
All right, give it a shot.
I will.
Hurry.
I listen to your program every night on the way home.
It doesn't sound like you're hurrying.
Race is you seem to be a racist, but you claim not to be. And so I'm trying to make my case that what's your legacy going to be? Do you think you're doing more harm?
Hey, Bob, here's an idea. Why don't you call up when we're talking about something like that, as opposed to a time? Well, did you get through?
No, and he promised to put me through today.
Okay. Well, we're not talking about anything like that right now.
Well, now.
Say what?
We are now.
What? No, you are.
Hang up on me.
You are. I'm not. I don't care what you get out of this show. I don't care what take you get out of it. I don't care if you think I'm a racist or not. It means nothing to me. I don't know you. You mean nothing to me. You value you. You listen.
Yeah, but will you answer me? Do you think...
Hey, Bob, I don't have to. That's the great thing about this. I don't have to.
I'm asking you, if you will.
I just told you I don't have to.
I know you don't have to, but will you tell me, do you think you promote better race relations in the long run, or do you care?
I don't care.
You don't care if you do?
What did I just say?
Okay. You don't care if you promote racism or not?
What did I just tell you?
Okay, then I just want you to say it again for all your listeners to hear that.
They heard it the first time. They're not all as stupid as you are.
You're promoting racism.
I don't care.
Good. I'm glad to hear you say it.
So why do you care? Now, well, first of all, I haven't admitted anything. I just said I don't care, Bob. I don't care what you think.
But your listeners do.
Your listeners don't. Mike, what?
And I think it'll be interesting for them to finally hear you admit you don't care if you're promoting racism.
I don't care. I don't care what. No, I don't care what you think, Bob. You're losing this when you lost when you called. I don't care what you. I don't care what you think.
I know, Russ.
It's got nothing to. No, you don't. If you knew, you wouldn't have called me.
Well,
see that's where you. That's where you lose this argument too. If you really thought. I just told you I don't care.
Thank you. Then no more conversation. Thank you for telling me.
Why do you keep listening if you don't like what you're getting?
Well, I like everything else. I don't like the racism.
I don't care.
Well, and I just wanted to... I didn't.
So you want me to adjust the show? Shut up.
Okay.
You want me to adjust the show so it's exactly the way that you want it? What do I tell all the other 500,000 people that want to do something different? Which one do I... Shut up! Which one do I go with?
You got to go with the big audience.
I go with what I want to do. That's why I don't care what you think.
It's not about money anymore, is it for you, Russ?
It never was about money. I'd do this job if it only paid $25,000 a year.
Okay, then it's about what you want to promote in the long run.
I'm not promoting anything. I'm talking. That's what we do every day. We talk.
Okay.
It's real life.
But you have an impact on things, don't you?
No. People understand this show means nothing. It's entertainment. If you try... Shut up! I'm tired of arguing with you. You get anything out of this show that you think is valid, you're an idiot.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You have a lot to offer.
No, I don't.
I've heard you say a lot of things that are valuable.
And that was an accident. And I apologize.
I got my catch promo.
Yes, G-Man.
Nah, I'm sorry. I was going through my messages trying to catch up, and I got a complaint. Did you say that you wanted to show black people putting stolen items back where they got them?
I hope I did.
Yes, you did. You said even if you had to stage it.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about a balanced newscast.
Right, balanced.
You're going to show a cop beating somebody, show another cop doing, an act of kindness. If you're going to show a bunch of black people looting, show some black people putting stuff back. Fake it if you got it. What was the complaint?
They just said that that's clearly a stereotype.
Not putting it back.
race does that.
Oh, God.
The Russ Martin Show.
How long were you stopped?
A minute, half.
So, probably the first 45 seconds, he's running your plates, whatnot, comes to the car.
No, I don't think he had time to run the plates.
Even ask for your ID?
Yeah.
Why would he let you go?
He actually apologized for stopping me.
I'm terribly sorry to interrupt your day, Mr. Martin. Be on your way. Would you like an escort?
And the laser detector, that long strip by the airport,
They love the
goes off all the time because of the airport. So anytime it goes off, I ignore it.
Right.
I'll be damned. I didn't say anything.
He ran your place. It's fun. Why would he let you off? Just a normal person getting stopped gets a ticket. I got to be slow in that town because I'm on deferred adjudication right now.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I always keep the speed limit. Always in that particular city. Always.
But it didn't.
I thought your deferred was in South Lake.
That was another one.
Well, deferred, it doesn't matter.
You got, dude?
I got one outstanding at this moment.
How much longer is left on that one?
I don't want to talk about it. God, why do I do this to myself?
I didn't even know.
Deferred isn't limited to that city where you were stopped.
I thought it was. No, it is.
No, you get a ticket anywhere.
No. Yeah. You're on probation.
Yeah.
I think the paperwork said just that city.
No, it's a state.
Great. I don't break the speed limit.
Okay. Anything before we get started?
We get so much stuff. What do you want? You want emails? Do you want audio? Do you want...
What's a David Lee Roth, the dry track? Where'd you get that?
Somebody sent that to me. I just thought it was odd.
I wonder how they got it. Chloe, have you heard this?
A little bit.
I've heard it. It sounds like he's adding harmonies.
Yeah, harmonies and tracks.
Because you can hear through his headphones that his vocals are already laid down. What cut?
Well, there were two of them. I don't know why we ended up getting two. I sent them to David because he used the G.
I live my life like there's no tomorrow. And all I've got, I had to steal. Least I don't need to beg or borrow. Yes, I'm living at a pace that kills. Ooh, yeah. Woo-hoo! I'll tell you all about it. I found the simple life ain't so simple when I jumped out.
Well, the other cut I have is I cut out all the singing.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. Let me get this one queued up.
Oh!
One moment. Everyone keep their eyes on Chuck.
Okay. Did you put that together?
I just cut out all the
singing.
Yeah. Somebody else gave me the idea. I just ran with it.
Very nice.
I actually thought Chuck was going to vomit. He was laughing so hard.
I sat at my desk.
Classic.
At home. I played it 8-10 times, and I've heard it. I'm the one that cut it up.
It's still funny. That's good.
You want to hear it again?
Yes, please, if you would. I'm not sure Chloe's enjoying it as much as the rest of us.
Chloe, is this some type of slam?
Kinda. You messing with my Dave, man.
I played the first track.
I know. I'm cool. I'll be all right.
You had a good time at the show this Saturday, right?
Absolutely. Spiritual. Fantastic.
How was Eddie?
On top of his game.
Didn't look drunk?
He looked a little bit out of it, but he wasn't as drunk as last time I saw him.
Okay. Well, rehab works.
Sometimes.
How was David Lee Roth?
David was good. I was really surprised. He only did like a few kicks. I think that's the only thing he could really do. But
well, JD and I saw him 5-6 years ago.
About 5 years.
I think he was touring with Bad Company or just Paul Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
And he had eliminated a lot of the kicks then.
Yeah, and the kicks that he did do were like halfway kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't kick into him. But you know what? Sounded good. It was a great show. And Wolfgang, his Eddie's son, plays bass now. And he was incredible. And
I forget what happened to Michael Anthony.
He just went off with Sammy. He doesn't want to be part of the drama. You know, I don't blame him. He's got his money and he's touring with Sammy right now. So, and when he plays with Sammy, he only comes out for like 5 or 6 songs, and then he goes backstage because Sammy has his own bass player.
Oh,
he's got a pretty cush gig.
When did they play? Saturday night?
They played Saturday night. They play again March 3rd.
Here again?
Mm-hmm. Because this show totally sold out. I mean, it was packed to the gills.
Is this something I want to go to?
I would think so, because here's the set list. This is one that they're pretty much doing across the board. So,
and this will probably be the last time.
Why? I didn't think they'd make it this far. Yeah. I really thought 1 or 2 cities, everything else would unfold,
melt,
and it would fall apart.
I just can't see them staying together for another tour.
No, here's what the deal is they're part of the agreement for the writer is David Lee Roth's
dressing room has to be as far as away as possible from the rest of the guys.
That is so retarded. That is just retarded.
They act like they love each other on stage, but really they don't.
And they're not doing anything new, so they don't really have to rehearse together.
Yeah. I mean, they probably rehearsed a little bit before they started the tour, but every show
I've said this for years. If you're not doing anything new, why is it you can't get together just to be on stage for how long did they play?
I think for almost, it was a little bit over an hour and a half, I guess.
Okay. You can't be on stage for 90 minutes and not have any drama?
It's what, you know.
So obviously they figure that out.
It's what goes on backstage, and so that's funny. Their rooms separately. I'm going to be in a different part of the building.
Now, does David sing Sammy stuff?
No.
Now, here's what they did. You really got me? This is in the order?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know I'm the one.
It's just a track off of the very first album, which they did a couple deep cuts.
Okay.
So.
Running with the Devil.
Oh, very nice.
Romeo Delight. I don't know
That's
that
off In the Cradle Will Rock.
Okay. Somebody Get Me a Doctor.
Know that one? It's Van Halen 2. Really good song.
Beautiful Girls, Dance the Night Away. Atomic Punk, Everybody Wants Some. So This Is Love. Mean Street, Oh Pretty Woman. Alex Van Halen drum solo.
It was pretty good. I mean, it was all right.
How long did that last?
Actually, that's shorter than usual. So maybe 3-4 minutes. Maybe.
What do you do to show off on the drums for 3 or 4 minutes?
The drums are making a big comeback. I'm serious about as far as like the drum solo thing goes. All this guy's name's Clive, something from Blink-182, and a bunch of these other drummers are coming back and they're playing to hip hop tunes, and they're the forefront of the show. It's kind of like the Tommy Lee solos back in the '80s, where he grandstands and does a bunch of cool, fun stuff. That's what they're kind of doing. It just
wouldn't his riser lift, rotate, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, that's visual.
Yeah.
Just to sit there and watch somebody beat for 3 or 4 minutes. Even Bono in our band. I said, do you want something? Because he's got like a 20-second drum solo in one of the songs. He goes, no, I'm good.
Well,
last time I saw it, we had.
Oh, some drummers get it. They're like going, okay. I mean, I know that people really don't like the drum solos. It's time to go to the bathroom and things like that. So.
Okay. Does anybody play with him on stage when he's doing the drum solo?
No, not till the very end. When they just kind of come in and start like ramping up for the next song.
Yeah. All right. After the drum solo, Unchained, I'll Wait, The Cradle Will Rock, Hot for Teacher, Little Dreamer. Which one is Little Dreamer?
It's just like Little Dreamer. It's like a song I wouldn't even think they would do. Kind of an obscure song.
Little Guitars?
That's a song that has that.
Is that the one where he sounds like he's singing Etch-a-Sketch? Etch-a-Sketch?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yep.
What is he really singing?
You know what? I was singing Etch-a-Sketch at the concert, and I forgot. What the hell does he say? I forgot.
Jamie's Crying, Ice Cream Man, Panama, Eddie Van Halen guitar solo medley. How long was that?
Spiritual. I don't remember.
Did you cry?
Yeah.
Ain't Talking About Love Encore was 1984, and they finished with Jump. So it was a good start to finish.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Now, is March 3rd sold out?
As far as I know, no. And Haven from Texas Tickets said if you wanted some tickets, she'd be more than happy to get you some.
For me, or the listeners?
You.
Oh, all right. Who opened for him?
One of the Marleys. I don't know. I was in the old Number 7 club drinking, so I forgot who it was. It was one of the Marley people. One of Bob Marley's.
Do you know who he's talking about, Chuck?
Spinoffs.
I think it's Ziggy.
Yeah.
No, it's not Ziggy.
That's not.
Not Ziggy. Not. I think it's his one of his younger sons.
How many Marleys are there?
There's 3 or 4.
Oh, okay. How long before we need a break?
3.
Okay. You want the David Lee Roth?
Please. I'm not sure I can hear that enough.
All right. And here we go.
Oh! Yes!
Trey, would you like that as a ringtone to put on the website?
Absolutely.
Oh, please.
I'm sure somebody else has already done it as well.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay. We have new artwork for the next round of billboards for the show.
Okay.
Have you not seen it?
I have not seen any of them.
I'm going to show everybody else first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh.
Trey. Chloe. John.
Yes. Oh, will you stop? Kiss my ass.
Look at his face, too.
Where's that? Is that Live 7?
Yeah.
Yes.
JD with the little short cowboy hat. JD Ryan. What does he do? Russ Martin Show, afternoons 3 to 7.
I'm the magic of the show. The spark, the energy.
A lot of the phone calls that I've been getting about this don't seem to think the same thing.
Why? Those phone calls.
In fact, that's where this billboard campaign idea came from.
Let's see. What do I have? Have time to play this?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, man, Jody Dean. Hope you had a good weekend. Hey, listen, I heard through the grapevine about JD talking about what he's getting back from the government.
Yeah.
Or not getting, actually, because he makes, what, over 80 grand?
Yes.
Dude, what are you paying your people? I mean, A, you're making me look bad, and B, you talk about dissension in the ranks. I mean, I love JD, and I've known him for as long as I've known you. I mean, God bless him, but what in the heck does he do? I mean, he writes his news.
Fat ass.
For the marks a lot. He doesn't even read it anymore. I mean, O'Malley does, for crying out loud. Essentially, I guess, obviously the foil is an important function. I get that. But, the last time anybody got paid this much for taking such a beating, it was Randall Tex Cobb. So...
Sorry, Jody, I'm out. I know who that is.
Randall Tex Cobb is a boxer.
Okay.
He was also... Did you ever see Raising Arizona?
Yes.
He was the guy that rode the motorcycle that was always after
I know what you're talking about.
Nicolas Cage.
Gotcha.
Or the one, what was the Vietnam movie with Patrick Swayze?
I don't know. That's the only thing I remember Randall from.
I know what you're talking about.
I like to remember him from Fletch Lives. He was in the jail cell with Chevy Chase.
Oh, that's right.
For screwing a dead horse.
Important function, I get that. But, the last time anybody got paid this much for taking such a beating, it was Randall Tex Cobb.
Should have been ready with that one.
Let's see.
Will have to do with
It'll come.
Sorry, wrong audio.
It's Mike Rogers over at KRLD.
Oh, for God's
Just wanted to clear something up.
I think Mike Rogers is he the news director?
I believe so, yes.
I could have sworn I heard JD last week griping about not getting a tax rebate check, because he makes over $80,000 a year. And the thought immediately crossed my mind, as it would anyone's mind, I think, what the hell does he do over there to earn that kind of money? And it's not that I'm the second coming of Charles Osgood or anything, but my God, I think I do put a little more into it than cutting stories out of the paper and hitting them with a highlighter.
Sucks to be you.
And it's my understanding that that's pretty much what he does. And then he doesn't even have to read it anymore. But whatever. I don't want to sound bitter.
Too late.
First of all, you work at KRLD.
Leave alone.
Hey, man, if I'm gathering...
Oh, for God's sake. Stop. Don't even go there.
Go there. I got to hear what Mark Davis says.
And a break?
Yes.
All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Traffic. Hello, Gail.
Hello, Russ.
What you got?
Don Davis Auto Group and an opened-up tollway. Southbound tollway in Plano, all open past Spring Creek. No longer shut down. It's unwinding from Gaylord Parkway, and that's really about the only thing we had to pass along. The other thing is a side street crash on Denton Drive at Kings Road. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Gail. 47 for the low tonight. Going to be almost 70 degrees tomorrow. We have 56 and cloudy now at Live 105.3.
Where'd I leave off?
Mark Davis.
Yeah.
Hey, man, if I'm gathering JD's beef about the tax rebate, that he, in fact, makes too much to get a check, and he's miffed about this, if I were him, I might look in the mirror for a minute. I'm in six-figure territory for running a highlighter through wire copy that somebody else now actually reads with O'Malley doing news, right? Do I have it right so far? Oh, I may endure the occasional reaming from you, but even that brings huge dividends and listener sympathy, compounding the hefty Live 105.3 paycheck. And again, I'm having a conniption fit for not getting a couple of $100 back from the government. Dude, somebody needs to step back and examine the larger picture.
Wow.
Thanks, I feel better. See ya.
Number one since 1994.
End of message.
Very nice.
I think I got another one.
Nicely put together. Oh, who's this?
No, this one's from David Henry. This one's got nothing to do with you.
Okay.
Gavin didn't say anything to me when I walked in. Is he sick?
He hasn't been saying anything much all day. We had our meeting this morning, and he was kind of distant.
Gavin, are you ill?
No.
What's the matter?
Pissed. Shouldn't
What?
I be ticked off?
What happened?
Your weekend antics?
I'm lost?
I think it's one thing, this whole thing about shooting the cannon off. I mean, you do it at night, whatever, we all run back inside. All weekend, not necessary. During our programs, during KLLI programs. It makes no sense.
Oh, yeah.
It makes no sense. I mean, it's just like, I know you say you're not a team player, but at what point are you going to say, well, you know what? Probably I shouldn't do it during these time slots.
I didn't do it.
Who did?
I don't know.
So mysteriously a cannon shows up.
I don't know that it's a cannon.
You didn't do it?
And nobody reacted to it. So it blew the bit.
Just randomly come up here over the weekend and fire off a cannon.
Let's see, one of them was right after band practice on Saturday. We had it up here.
That's right.
So whatever the show that was running when we left.
Put in to help him decrease his weight, but it was all natural. The dogs did really well. The vet was very pleased to see these rescue dogs that were underweight gain weight and get a healthy cut.
How did not react to that?
I don't know. Nobody did.
Okay.
Put in to help him decrease his weight, but it was all natural. The dogs did really well. The vet was very pleased to see these rescue dogs that were underweight gain weight and get a healthy.
Let's see what else I have.
No concern that something in the building just exploded.
Obviously, they're radio pros.
Nothing flusters them.
Hey, Russ, David Henry.
Okay. What about the other ones? Much audio again.
Yep, these are in the open, so it's
I understand, but I'm just saying I got tired of pruning them twice or three times a year, and decided I'd put something else in that would stay shorter. So, but you'll get to that point eventually, and especially if the disease moves in. Since
I'm surprised you could hear that one at all, because they're what floor are they on at KLLI? 5. So we had to go outside.
Oh, that was from outside.
Yeah, we had to aim it.
That's good.
Let's see. What else?
Vibrations, noises.
That one was a gimme.
Was it just you, or you and Trey, or?
Huh?
It was you and the cannon.
Gavin, what show was that?
That was the Motorman.
Yeah. What do they talk about?
What are you doing up here at 8 a.m.?
What do they talk about?
They take calls about, people call in and say, I have this vehicle, and they'll give you the best advice on how to fix it.
Oh, a car repair show.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going to admit to doing it?
No.
What? It doesn't make... It's just so frustrating.
Vibrations, noises. One that we get a lot of is I apply the brakes and I get a shaking sensation.
I just parked my Pinto out back.
I knew I should have backed that spot. But again, not a peep out of anybody.
No,
Vibrations.
Somehow it's still funny to me.
Yeah, we react to everything here. I mean, we react to the smallest sound. I guess maybe they were just thinking, just go ahead.
Vibrations, noises. One that we get a lot of is I apply the brakes and I get a shaking sensation inside of the car.
Yeah. I think this is from the same show.
Oh, thank you. Next up, we're going to talk to Billy and Irving. Hey, Billy.
Hey.
Good morning.
I got a 97 GMC 350 in it.
Right.
And when I'm driving just local in town, I don't use any oil, but when I get up...
Nobody even came out to see what was going on. From what I hear.
That is absurd.
This one is from plastic surgery today.
All right. You just spend the whole weekend up here?
Mm-hmm. Or can you take it multiple times?
You can take it multiple times. I don't know how many times. I can't remember if it's 3 or 5 or something. And after that, it's
Look, just don't.
You're done. You're not being board certified.
But the point is, you have, it's not just all eggs in one basket. You're done.
I would think Jasmine would. That's Jasmine, right?
Yeah.
She would know.
Well, yes.
Well, we haven't done the cannon up here during Jagger show.
No. Oh, boy.
No.
Huh?
No.
I think that's all I have.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
We're the BAP studios.
Arlington.
Mm-hmm. First floor, second. They
are
high rise
on the 4th floor over off of
Lamar. Is that just like north of Six Flags?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I've seen the building.
Yes. And just west of 360.
Oh, it's not far from the house.
Mm-mm. And there's a parking garage directly across from their studios.
And Dorsey's on about the same time.
Uh-huh.
Gavin, did anybody call you about it?
For the KLLI, yes. I got program directors that were calling and emailing me today.
Neil Sperry say anything?
No. He kept trucking. I give him a lot of credit.
Okay. How do I get up into the lobby over there?
It's real easy.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
No,
during the weekend?
Oh, on the weekend. No, you're going to have to stop on the weekend.
No, we have a contact.
On the weekend?
No,
Yes.
we won't do that. No.
Mouth who it is.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, there's sensitive glass up there. We're not going to do any of this. We're
No,
not
that glass is very
outside anymore.
No, that glass is very thick.
It's soundproof.
We're going to quit all of this.
I'm cross-promoting your shows.
Well, you know what? Listen, I can appreciate that, but at some point, It's more of a. I don't want these people either canceling, going someplace else, leaving the radio station.
Why would they leave? I'm promoting the shows. Now people are going to sample just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Unpredictability, which is something you don't have with a lot of your programming.
You might.
This is radio genius.
You might think of it that way. They probably won't.
You don't think somebody's going to flip on Neil Sperry just to see if something blows up in the background?
I don't know. I don't want to take the chance of Neil getting ticked off, though.
Well, if he does, then they'll listen for the garden weasel being pulled out.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact, what does it show about me?
What about you?
Well, what about me? I can't have one of my hosts is going over and disrupting another program.
Nobody reacted to it, and I don't know how you do that.
I don't even know that part. All I know is that...
Let's blow up a crepe myrtle over there.
Okay.
No.
You have one out of my yard.
You dig it up?
Absolutely.
We're not going to blow anything up.
I think I may even start a website about topping off your crepe myrtles.
Just to piss him off.
Yeah. Try to get the voice guy to do a little dry liner.
Okay.
Crepe myrtles. Chop them and top them. I may start a website, some kind of movement. Just to see if Neil bites.
Obviously he does, because that's one of his charities, his daughter said.
Why do crepe...
The crepe myrtle path? Wasn't that it?
I don't know what it is, but you're right. When his daughter threw that out, it was who the dribblers are up in Denton.
State school.
Jesus.
Who is it?
The Denton State School.
Yeah, that's one of his charities. And you're right. She threw out the Crepe Myrtle Society thing.
Why is there even one of those?
Everybody tops them off. I was driving to work, and you got a whole crew up and down the main drag in my city that were chopping the tops off.
Doing nothing but chopping them off, exactly.
And if it doesn't hurt the tree, why are you on some kind of tear, old man?
Again, I talked to my guy that does my yard over the weekend. I asked him about that specifically. He goes, "Oh, we always chop them off. That's standard. That and gardenias."
I think it's just that they look unsightly because you got all the loose things hanging with the dead buds.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason people chop them off. It's also to control the height because those things are rampant.
Piss off, Neil.
All right. Well, that's all I got. You ready to get started now?
Sure.
What about the David Henry message?
There wasn't really anything that big. It was thought it was cool that he had some balls. Actually, it's a two-part message from David. Here it comes.
Hey guys, it's Mike Rogers over at KRL.
I think it's that mini just
this one
pulled out. Yeah.
If I can do digital board, I wouldn't have to.
Nope, you'd have all the inputs.
Do the plate spinning. Try this one.
Hey Russ, David Henry, back from Mexico. Hey, you know the complaints getting your boards? We're leaving them up. I don't care. Hey, I was talking to Ron Chapman over the weekend. He's in Africa. I don't know, he's doing a photo safari or something. Wanted to pass along this quote. I'm quoting him. So, where's my money? Bye.
What do I owe Chapman money for?
The bet that he was going to stay off the radio for a year.
He was on the air back within a year. He blew it and he won't give me any cash. Is that what this one is?
I think he disputes that claim and says he was off the air for a year.
No, he was on somebody else's show.
CTX Mortgage.
Yeah. With Rodney Anderson. He missed by a day. And that's still $5,000. Bald-headed bag of piss. What did you just say? Who sent me this? Ryan, you or Dan?
Ryan did, I think.
What is this?
That's a website that's opposite of the one you're trying to start about crepe myrtles. That's one that's basically the opposite. They want to stop people from destroying them.
I want to know how you spelled crepe myrtle.
Yeah, how'd you look that up?
Someone called in and told me about the website, and I looked it up, and it was there.
Because it's got a lot of stuff on it. Aggie, horticulture, crepe myrtles.
I just looked. I did a search engine, just looked through them.
Yeah, when you misspell something, Google gives you suggestions saying, "Did you mean?"
Oh.
It's so condescending, too.
Yeah.
He's stupid.
Stop the crepe murder.
Oh, God.
Hideous crimes are being committed all over Texas.
Oh, no.
Some in our own front yards and many right in front of our local businesses. Unfortunately, many have turned a blind eye to the ongoing massacre. I can take it no more. What was this guy's name? Greg Grant.
Oh, my God.
It's off the TAMU Texas University website. So
this guy's serious then.
Yeah. I am formally forming an advocacy group for the plants' rights. The Kansas people.
We have to get him on.
I gotta spit up my shawl. So I'm going to speak for them myself. Of course. My first mission, to stop crepe murder.
This is not real.
This one's got to be. Doesn't say what this guy does. The crepe myrtle, a native of China, the lilac of the South, the most popular flowering tree in the southern United States, introduced to the U.S. by Frenchmen. South Carolina around 1786. Perhaps the most beautifully branching flowering tree in the world.
Unless you put it by a pool.
Crepe myrtles are among the, well, it gives background. But for some reason, a mysterious reason, that I haven't quite solved, the majority of the gardeners and all the landscaping crews in Texas have made it a horrid ritual of butchering them.
Horrid.
Clip this portion of the article and take it directly to your spouse, maintenance person, or nurseryman. I know of no educated horticulturist or arborist that endorses the practice of topping crepe myrtles or any ornamental tree. Go ahead, pick up the phone. Call Neil Sperry. Call Dr. Bill Welch. Call the National Arboretum. You will not find any plant expert that will condone or recommend this practice.
Somebody took time to do this.
This isn't just an article. You've got that entire group that Neil Sperry supports just to support the crepe myrtle. Dead babies in dumpsters? I got no time for that.
Oh, that's...
then why do we do it?
I don't know.
Actually, I have several theories. But I'm not going to share any of them with you for fear that you might somehow feel justified in your arboreal disfigurement. You want to hear any more of these?
Yes.
I will tell you why not to. However, first of all, it leaves terrible scars and wounds that last forever with the plants. That's correct. Forever. I can show you exactly where any crepe myrtle on Earth was topped. It's a teenage tattoo that can never be removed.
Mine get topped every year and they still grow.
It also makes a profusion of smaller branches, resulting in a lack of proportion. Let's see. Downright ugly, and we don't feel this out. This practice may look appropriate behind a chain link fence in a Mississippi trailer park, but I can assure you it's not appropriate for any landscape that you that intends to be admired. I want to get down to this.
There's more.
Oh yeah, this is if this was printed, it'd probably be 4 or 5 pages long. In my personal opinion, any landscape maintenance firm involved in this practice should be immediately fired. They're wasting your time and money and obviously don't care what's best for your plants. They took the time to educate themselves through seminars and reading.
Yes.
They would earn your money through more horticulturally sound practices.
It doesn't ever say what it does to the plant, why it hurts it, why they continue to grow. Believe me, I know.
It scars it forever.
Yeah.
I cut one down all the way to the ground and drug it out.
How big will they get if you don't top them off?
I don't know. I don't care. They're in my front yard. The only reason I don't top them off is because I don't feel like it. I'm quite sure that a few of you have a diatribe, but Greg, they got too big. It's the guy that wrote the article. Much better to cut it to the ground and start over. Or pull it out entirely and give it to someone.
What is this? Pull it out and give it to somebody
I don't know.
They seem to be on.
Most folks don't realize, but should, there are many, many cultivars of crepe myrtles that have an ultimate height range 3 to 30 feet. For heaven's sakes, don't plant a 30-foot crepe myrtle in a space designed for a 10-foot one. Why make the plant suffer? He also wants to set aside an abuse-free zone for these myrtles.
Is there a rescue?
Let's see. I don't see anything else in here.
Makes me wonder.
I'm surprised he hasn't actually, in this, suggested some type of legal action.
Yeah. Like I said, it makes me want to go home and do something bad to mine.
Yeah, like Chloe said, some type of rescue group or someplace that will take your crepe myrtle away from you.
Step away from the crepe myrtle.
Shelter for abused crepe myrtles.
Yeah. Or work out something with the fire department. If you don't want it, dig it out and just drop it off. Nobody will say anything.
No questions asked.
How are you doing, Chloe?
Breaking 3.
All right. Thanks to King's Nursery and Greenleaf Nursery, I've planted a collection of commercially available crepe myrtle cultivars in the commuter parking lot on University Drive on the SFA University campus. Who feels like a road trip?
I'm going. Nacogdoches.
This will be one of the only places in the state where gardeners can come and see what each named cultivar is supposed to look like in an abuse-free zone. They won't be sprayed, irrigated, or pruned. They'll stand there minding their own business and looking pretty. And then it just goes on and stops. Greg Grant is a research associate at the Piney Woods Native Plant Center, Stephen F. Austin State University, co-author of the Southern Heirloom Garden, master's certified nurseryman, and a member of...
Is there a contact number? Because I'd like to talk to him.
See if there's his email.
How can you be that...
zealous?
Yes.
I don't know.
About a freaking plant.
And that's the big charity you decide you're going to champion?
Okay.
You got kids running around with their asses hanging out. And you're more worried that somebody's chopping off the top of their trees that grow back.
That's every bit.
I'd rather see top crepe myrtles than a bunch of big asses running around.
As I was watching you scroll down, that is unbelievable that anybody spent that much time writing anything about a crepe myrtle. Anything.
And being entitled, Stop the Crepe Murder.
He probably woke up in the middle of the night. Oh, I got the title. It's come to me. The myrtle. I
think we start a different route with this. You get the voice guy to cut that for me. We'll do. Top them and chop them. All right. You want to start news here?
Sure.
Were you over at the Clear Channel?
Who are you asking?
You, Russ. Were you over at the Clear Channel building over the weekend? So I guess you got an email that said, guy was making a delivery Sunday afternoon at the Clear Channel building off the tollway and noticed a truck with a Batman emblem on the back. After looking close, I saw it was Russ inside. Never saw him get out, just sitting there. Any idea what he's up to? Just ask him.
One moment. Sure. Yes, Gavin.
Plenty of time to televise CBS stations, but not Clear Channel.
I don't get it. Plus, they're playing music. Yeah. You gotta wait for the jock to put the mic on. Plus, that doesn't mean why whoever was there was there.
It was you. They said it was you anyway.
Was that it, Gavin? Is that all you wanted? Gavin.
Yes, I want an explanation.
For which one? The explosions over the weekend?
I know about that, but I didn't hear about explosions over the weekend at Clear Channel.
They play music. People listen to those things. I'm not going to ruin their programming. Thank you. Is that Black Eddie? Yes, Eddie.
Yo, what up, Russ? Say, man, me and Pat sitting out here at Parkland in the emergency room, man, getting our medicine and stuff, man. I think they just curve flighted a crepe myrtle.
Thanks, Eddie. All right. You ready to start, Dan? Or do you want to break here, Chloe?
We can start.
Okay.
Crepe myrtle's down.
I can't fathom why they picked that one plant.
I was going to say,
it's
so many other plants.
I can't even throw out. I can't even milk the bit. It's too fantastic.
How boring is your life?
That's your passion.
And then you set up an entire society to prevent this mangling. Yeah, this atrocity.
This guy's got to be a nut.
Somebody just threw a box of puppies out their car.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, well.
You mean next to crepe myrtle is shot down?
Is it near the crepe myrtle?
Oh, there was a dog running loose on my street. I was going to the store on Sunday. Stopped. Looked like not a golden retriever. What's something about that size that's skinnier?
yellow lab or
Great Dane?
A Great Dane, a fawn Great Dane?
Yeah. Running around out in the street. Got a collar on, no tags. Stop, grab him by, I got him to come over, and some chick in an SUV drives by. She says, "Is that your dog?" "No." "Well, I think I know whose it is. His name's Eddie." "Okay. Where does he stay?" She pointed to the house that was right across the street. They got to get the owner. The owner comes out. "Well, why is the dog running loose?" "The kids let him out." Yeah. No tags, no nothing. And he's running loose. I went, "Is the dog even chipped?" "No, we haven't done that." I gave him $12 because that's all I had. I went, "You can get it done for $15. I'll split you the other $3 if you need it. I can drive back by. I live close." And he took the $12.
Thank you, mister. He's a nice fella. In that neighborhood, I can't believe anybody took the $12.
I was more trying to make a point of, Eddie got out again. Well, you're lucky that somebody grabbed Eddie this go round. Because if he gets out again, I ain't taking him back.
Well, again, you deal with kids. I mean, kids are going to leave gates open.
But they just, the parents said he got out again. So obviously you set up some type of perimeter or one of those electrical
shock
collars, something. Unless you don't give a rat's ass about the dog. And if I find him out again, I'm going to keep him.
Kids are going to let dogs out,
Well, the scary thing with Great Danes is because of their size, if they get around children or whatnot, police aren't going to be as gentle with them because they don't know what their intentions are.
And cops seem to like to shoot dogs.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
A lot of times you hear stories and the cops say they feel threatened.
Well,
and a lot of times a family dog just barks. They don't do anything. That's what Rocco does. Amy's little black dog. He's just a mouther, whether it's somebody beating at the front door or we're sitting there watching a movie on TV.
I know.
Just him in the background, barking at the screen. Loud ass.
I know, I've rang your doorbell before. That's the dog that always comes to the door and screams and barks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very loud.
Gets the rest of them all stirred up. Stop. I'm trying to ignore you.
Same movie we've seen over and over. He's in the back. Don't go in there. Ready to break her? All right.
To the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
I think the guy's close friends that went out there and skydived. So, whatever. In Stephenville. Did you guys already tell me about this? It made the Channel 11 news?
We talked about it on Friday.
The only thing is, the guy that's out in the middle of Stephenville that claims that these are UFOs and the military had nothing to do with this, he claims he taped this on January the 8th.
Oh, okay.
But why was it until, according to the website, Channel 11 aired this on January 23rd, last Monday?
Yeah. Wednesday.
The big Stephenville convention, where everybody went out there, the media, the talk shows, Larry King, and close buddies, was the weekend before. Why all of a sudden did this video just now
That's what I was thinking. Why
surface?
Suddenly come up, and it looks like people with flashlights or strobes or something.
And they had glow sticks and strobes?
Strobes,
How many guys jumped?
Either 3 or 4. 'Cause that's how much the plane will hold. So
it's part of the video. Obviously, You can't see it from over there.
Believers thought they would release their explanation tonight. A video surfaced of this UFO sighting by a man who does not want to be identified. It found its way into the hands of Steve Allen, though, who is touting it as the real deal.
And, first of all, this guy, Steve Allen, how does he know what date it was taped on? It doesn't have any type of marking on the video.
None at all.
This was on January the 8th. How come you waited until just now?
Why'd you wait 2-3 weeks? If this is the big story, why wouldn't you bring it up right now?
Some UFO spotters in Stephenville think...
And there's the video, and it just looks like squiggly lines in the sky. Same thing that skydivers with glow sticks would make.
And blowing horns.
This was what they saw over Erath County the night of January 8th. Steve
looked like the squiggly lines you'd see out of one of those little home laser things that just squiggle on the ceiling. Yeah. That's what that looks like.
Allen thinks.
Here it is.
That is it.
But the military now says it was training in the area after all. 10 F-16s over the Brownwood military operating area. Steve Allen, a private pilot.
And J.D. pointed this out. The F-16s you would hear, and they're not going to make that squiggly thing in the sky.
Not at all. And
skydivers with glow sticks. Hey, did you say some of them were wrapped in foil?
Yeah.
What were you going to say, John?
I can't remember now. F-16s, yeah, if they were dropping flares, people said maybe they were dropping flares. You would hear that.
Hey, we're testing out here, just in case you didn't know it. We're going to drop some flares.
The Brownwood area is way, way out where there nobody lives. And the first thing you do after you drop flares is kick in afterburner. So it'd be equally loud, or even more loud.
And you would see the afterburner.
Oh yeah.
Pilot pointed out the gray outlined operating zone on his aeronautical map.
Very clear.
All right, I guess he's showing the area that
he's showing the Brownwood area, yes.
Okay.
And that is a military operations area.
Way over here.
And no reason for them to be in Stephenville.
No. Any better track of F-16s, 10 F-16s than that.
Is this the same guy that says his dog went missing?
I believe it is. No. Go ahead.
I can tell you where my dog's at right now.
Yes, it
is. He's claiming that aliens abducted his dog?
No. He's just saying, I know where my dog is. I can't believe the government doesn't know where they're at.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
16s than that. I can tell you where my dog's at right now at the moment.
I thought he liked
As for the neon lights,
it changed shapes basically before our eyes when we was watching it and disappeared. So it probably has the ability to do what it pleases.
Could these neon hieroglyphics contain a message?
Yeah. You're a dumb... I knew somebody would pop up with this video of those skydivers.
Right.
I just didn't know that they would... Well, I can't believe the entire media missed them jumping out of the plane.
That's what's funny, because that was
everybody was
weekend.
Out there.
Yeah, that was the big weekend.
And they had the air horns. And when they jumped out, they had the air horns.
That's funny.
From what I've been told, it's different.
What?
I said they were up at about 10,000 feet, and they just come cruising up into the area where they knew what was going on, because the guy that's out there knows all the media and all the hype that's going on, and he just kind of lets off on the engine, lets the skydivers out. They cruise away from the plane and have the glow sticks attached to strings and their foil. I don't know what's going on with the foil, and they just kind of float down.
But you can make those maneuvers, these squiggly things, like in the video, when you're free falling.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're swinging glow sticks,
it's not from here. I keep saying that to everybody.
Hey, you're right. It's from Denton.
Definitely not from these parts.
The Mutual UFO Network has already taken a look at 8 or 9 videos of this sighting. They say that not one of them is of a UFO. They did not take a look at this video. They did take a look at pictures and said they were unremarkable. Live in Stephenville, Carol Cavazos, CBS 11.
All right, so MUFON bailed on this one.
Exactly. They've said, no, this is not a UFO.
Well,
even the nuts in MUFON don't even believe this one.
Know where my dog is. Military lost their planes.
10 F-16s.
All right.
I think you might hear that.
Ready to go with news? Yeah. Okay. We okay, Cliff? 4:35, Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Monday, January 28, 2008. Birthdays today. Elijah Wood turns 27. Nick Carter is 28. Barbie Benton is 58. Alan Alda turns 72. And sad news here, Christian Brando, the eldest son of the late Marlon Brando, died early Saturday morning at a Los Angeles hospital.
51 points.
All right, now you got 51.
He was 49. Brando had been in the ICU with pneumonia since January 11th.
Thank you.
And next
and I just stuck him on my Deadpool, a week and a half ago?
Yeah.
I almost traded him off for something last week.
You don't. You came back close.
The next wife told
almost
people...
makes up for Robert Goulet.
Actually, it's better than Robert Goulet because he was in his 70s, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. 51 points.
All right, you're ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you guys get the other guy that I wanted on the Deadpool today?
Who is that? I got that. James D. Brasher?
Yes.
Who is that?
Yeah, he's the accountant for Chuck Norris. And they just recently called him stealing money from Chuck.
Oh, bye.
Did you get the story to go with that, Dan?
Let's see, yeah.
It doesn't make any difference.
We got that story.
Chuck's going to kill it.
You had the story or not?
I'm looking. I'm trying to find it.
Do you want me to go ahead with this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Senate Democrats will move to add a $150 billion economic stimulus packages, rebates for senior citizens living off Social Security, and an extension of unemployment benefits, setting up a clash with the White House and House leaders who are pushing a narrower package.
Is this all part of the tax rebate package?
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to add this to the tax rebate package.
And what's in this again?
It gives money for people on Social Security.
Old people.
Yeah.
An extension of unemployment benefits.
Yes.
Okay. Well, both of those things probably are valid. I was on unemployment for a time when the TV show went off the air.
Well, the problem is the White House, Bush wants to keep it just to the $150 billion.
Why is it they're trying to cram these two things together? Because I thought the Democrats actually wanted to pass this as well.
The problem is they want more. They want
They're trying to work social services back into this tax rebate thing.
Yes.
Which is going to do nothing but clutter it, and then it's going to take longer, and there's a chance that they're not going to get this thing passed.
This will probably get vetoed now if they put the riders on the stimulus bill. And Bush
hang on. Would Bush actually veto this close to the election?
He's not running.
Well, I know, but he's still part of the Republican Party. Now, if it was me, you're right. You could throw that out. I ain't running.
Well,
I'll take the $150 billion myself.
Yeah, now suddenly he wants to watch the purse strings.
Well, then that's one thing. Actually, for Republicans, it might help him because he's taken a lot of heat for being very fiscally irresponsible, which is against conservative principles.
But you've got a lot of people that want this cash, a lot of people that would probably vote. And if you take this away from them, they're going to be pissed off at the Republicans.
It's very likely, but it's also...
Maybe that's why the Democrats want to add this to it, to make it more complicated. That way it won't pass. And people will be mad at the Republican Party.
Well, you can go a couple of different ways. Yeah, they're going to throw these things in. Bush will veto it because he doesn't want it in there. Or they're trying to get some things passed, and they know if they cram this in here, Bush won't veto it because it's not going to look good for the Republicans.
True.
I just don't know which way they're going.
This is not... I mean, they've been trying to do this stuff for a while. So I think they generally think this will be a good idea, is get more money to the seniors and unemployed. And it does put Bush in a pickle. You're right about that.
Okay.
And adding rebates for senior citizens living solely off of Social Security checks who are ineligible under the plan hatched by House leaders and the White House would likely mean doling out smaller rebates overall, shrinking the size of the payments from $600 to $500.
That's sad. I really hope they get this worked out. People get their money.
God, this is so frustrating.
Why is it frustrating?
Because I pay in a lot. I get nothing back from the government. I pay in a lot more than these people do. There's old people that don't put anything in.
They put in money before. And Social Security isn't enough to live on.
And the unemployed, they get cash. The unemployed get cash.
That's, unemployment.
I don't give you no cash.
You're not unemployed.
No.
Stay with the shtick and maybe look into it.
Okay, never mind.
And there are even people who don't even pay taxes that are going to get the $600.
God! What is it? And if lawmakers pass an economic stimulus package, it could mean you'll get a check in the mail, but some families could get thousands of dollars. But the FBI is warning that some people are using the story to steal. Scammers pretending to be IRS agents are calling unsuspecting people, asking for social security numbers and other personal information so a refund check can be sent. The tax rebate plan hasn't even been approved by Congress yet, and the IRS will never ask for your personal information on the phone or in the email.
Make any difference? People are still boneheads.
They're stupid.
I bet I could get on the phone, open up the phone book, call 100 people. I bet 95% of them would give me their social security numbers.
Most likely, especially if they were old. Because old people just don't get it. They're the ones that respond to those silly-ass emails that still are getting sent. I got one today. A guy's like, I just inherited $10 million. Can you help me get it to America?
If you'd reply to this Yahoo account.
He's like, who responds to that crap?
We've read the corporations fall for the Nigerian scam.
Yeah, that's true.
I just don't, none of it makes any sense.
This one came up today. The subject line was, please help. I thought, okay, maybe there's a listener. So I opened it up and I went, I'll be damned.
And how does this one work?
I didn't even read it past the first two lines. He just came into a bunch of money. He was from some other country. It wasn't Nigeria this time, but it was somewhere else.
Well, they know most people have
figured out.
Picked up on the Nigerian thing.
And he got $12.7 million in a settlement. He wanted to help him get it over here to this country.
I've never understood how they explain how they found you. I've decided of the 300 plus million people in America, you're the one that I can trust.
I've never heard of you, don't know you, but you're the one.
But people have recommended you. They said, you can handle this.
I could pull it up if you want. By the way, that story about James D. Brasher used to be the CEO of Chuck Norris's, how are you that stupid? Chuck Norris has kicked drugs out of America Foundation, and they just pleaded guilty to stealing $130,000 from the charity.
How old is he?
He'll be sentenced in April. Let me see if it says. It does not say how old he is. He's, probably he's 50.
Anybody want to buy him from me for the Deadpool?
No. Hold on, let me think.
Who do you think he'll off himself, or you think Chuck will kill him?
I think Chuck will get him.
Can you imagine? Let me just put
He committed suicide by planting a big foot in his face.
Can you imagine just for a moment stealing?
It's the first time we've seen someone die through self-inflicted wounds of a roundhouse kick to the face.
Imagine stealing from $130,000 from Russ's foundation and getting caught. No, man, now take that to Chuck Norris's level.
Oh, Russ would be worse. You'd have every cop.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have to do anything.
No.
All I got to do is release the guy's name and sit back on the van and just watch the news. Go ahead, Ben.
All right. If you want to live a long and healthy life, you're probably trying to eat right, exercise regularly.
Is this a story about drinking?
Yes, it is.
Read this one a few times.
And get enough sleep. Good steps. Now, how about adding a little alcohol to your regimen? It is well documented that tossing a few drinks back in a week, and that means a few, up to one a day for women.
But they said guys can have 2 drinks.
Yes.
All right.
You have a lot more than that.
Up to 2 for men has potential heart benefits.
But my excess isn't as much as I originally thought it was, because now you can subtract 2 a day.
What a twisted way to look at this story.
That's brilliant.
Researchers in Denmark decided to look further. Could drinking alcohol have a benefit similar to that of exercise?
Yes.
If you don't want to exercise too much, asks Dr.
It's wrong.
Asks Dr. Morten Gronbeck, epidemiologist in Denmark's National Institute of Public Health. He says, can you trade it for 1 to 2 drinks per day and be fine? The study he and colleagues just published in the European Heart Journal suggests the answer just may be yes. Alcohol and exercise affect your heart health in similar ways. They help increase good cholesterol, or HDL, and clean the circulatory system's pipes. Gronbeck and his team surveyed 12,000.
Plus, it has the sterilizing aspect to it.
What is that?
You flush in your system.
Mm-hmm. No, actually, alcohol is very toxic.
No, it's not.
To your system. Yes, it is.
It's alcohol.
It's toxic to your system. Your system is not based on alcohol. It's based on water and blood.
Well, that's why they mix Jack with other things.
No. A drink a day or 2. You do a lot more than that.
Yes. But again, I'm not as bad as I thought it was. Because now I get to spit 14 drinks a week. Trey, I'd like a hug.
Two.
Go ahead, Dan.
One more here. Gronbeck in his team survey.
Don't screw this up by reading too much.
No.
All right, go ahead.
In his team surveyed 12,000 people over a 20-year period. They found that exercise and drinking alcohol had an independent beneficial effect on the heart and a compounded good effect when practiced together.
Who wants a kiss?
Not I.
Well, did you try the over-the-counter sleep stuff over the weekend?
Yeah.
How'd it work?
It didn't. So I'm back on the lorazepam.
Good. That was good for you. That worked out well, didn't it?
You're the one that told me to get off of it.
No, I said don't drink on it.
Well, that's telling me to get off of it.
Don't drink on it. Stop drinking and take the lorazepam. You'll sleep well. You don't have any anxiety. All is well. The alcohol doesn't do nothing for you. But
the alcohol seems to help me sleep sounder.
No, actually.
And it seems to help me get there quicker.
No, that's not true either.
Carlos even came in the studio last week, or whenever I started on the lorazepam. You can't drink on that. All right, where was the heads up? Did you read the bottle? Yeah. It says it intensifies the effect. Nowhere on it does it say do not take, and I'm not being cute here, do not take this with alcohol.
You're right.
It just says it intensifies, just like alcohol intensifies a party.
You're going to do what you're going to do anyway.
Well, but he didn't give me the heads up, and he's standing here, and he's got that pissy look on his face. I'm not going to go over this with you. You're the worst person I know about giving people the heads up on side effects. I got to look it up online and then decide on my own if I'm going to take it or not.
And Chuck said he was pissy at rehearsal Saturday.
Yeah. What was he mad about? Didn't know any of his songs. He'd want to stop the entire band
for the bass.
So he learns his bass line. And I'm behind Carlos looking at Chuck, giving him, let's go symbol. I'm not going to stand here because the bassist can't get his stuff. Unplug his amp, let's rock.
Chuck said he was completely, he would tell him to do something and he would completely do the opposite.
Yeah, that's why we had to stop a few times, Carlos. So let's go over this one again. The rest of us have it. Why don't you go thump it home?
Do you need a bass?
I'll kill him for you.
It seems to be the room's changing that direction. Chuck wants to kill him, and I know you want to kill him.
You want to kill him, Chuck?
I'll take care of it.
I'm not kidding. That's the first thing Chuck said to me when he walked in the office earlier today. He goes, I said, how was your weekend? He goes, oh, except for that damn doctor from Vegas, it was fine.
Right, hang on. Did that happen before I got here? Because they were here about an hour before I got here.
Okay. And don't steal my thunder. I got dibs on killing him.
You better hurry.
Do you guys want me to get a little fishbowl and put numbers in it?
I mean, that's the first thing out of Chuck's mouth. How was your weekend? That's the first thing he said.
So most of it happened before I got here?
Yeah, a lot of it did.
Was there any raised voices?
No.
He just wouldn't do what Chuck was telling him to do.
Was there a reason? Did he think he had it down?
No, he said, but I want to play that. That's what I want to play.
Well, that's fine, but that's not the song we're on.
Exactly.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. Barack Obama, fresh from a landslide victory over Hillary Clinton in the South Carolina Democratic presidential primary, plans to continue a campaign that is long on the need for change and inspiration and short on specifics.
What did he win by?
Oh, God. It was like 55 to 27%, something like that.
Hillary had 27?
Yeah.
You would have thought she'd have done better in the South. Where are they from? Alabama? Atlanta?
Well, she now claims New York is her home state.
Okay. So. But where's Bill from?
Arkansas.
Oh, okay. You would think they would have pulled stronger numbers.
I thought John Edwards would do better because he's from South Carolina. He's born there. But he only got like 13%.
And that's, which state was that?
South Carolina.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a pretty good litmus for the South.
Yes.
If you carry that, you got a good shot at carrying the South.
Obama, Kennedy endorsed him today. He may end up beating Hillary.
Oh, I think he will.
It looks like that.
I don't think the Democrats really are going to stick everything on Hillary. We're not going to stick a chick in the White House. We're not going to do it's embarrassing. I don't care how much she looks like a man.
I was going to say, up to the other parts of the world.
You get past through menopause, and you give them credit for that, but we're not going to do it.
I'm telling you, Obama. If I went Democrat right now, I'd have to be Obama. Edwards, I've heard really bad things. My sister was from, obviously they have a house in North Carolina. He was the governor there.
What's in North Carolina?
The most beautiful beaches in North America. The Outer Banks. Shut up.
Go ahead.
They are. Anyway, and he was the...
and Joy got to go there instead of Mexico.
Yes, because...
She was happy with that.
Yes.
Did she actually look at the beaches and make that noise?
I believe she did. It's beautiful. The Outer Banks are beautiful.
I actually have audio of the first time that...
Of what?
Let me cue it up. David Lee Roth saw the beaches there.
Oh! Oh, yes!
See?
Oh, yeah!
It's beautiful.
All right.
Really
So, what about Edwards?
He was the governor of the state for a long time. Senator, I'm sorry. And he just didn't do a very good job.
For one term.
4 years.
6.
Okay. Like I care. I don't live there.
You're the one that brought it up.
I'm just saying they know him more so than I do, and they say he was not good for the state.
Was he not a good senator?
He just didn't do much. I mean, he was the junior
then that's
senator.
not a good senator.
Yeah. But, I mean, his political experience is 6 years.
What's the backstory behind, he was a lawyer, he made all his money.
He's a plaintiff's attorney, and he made millions.
Okay, I forgot who Edwards was. That's one with the gargoyle wife.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And he was the plaintiff for a lot of...
I think it was some kind of factory workers. That it was like a class action.
Okay.
And he made a ton of money.
All right. How are we doing, Chloe?
You do great.
Are you done with that story?
There's a little bit more here.
Go ahead.
The question in the tight Democratic race is how Clinton, a New York senator, will adjust her campaign before the Super Tuesday primary contests in 22 states on February 5th, with the early indications that her husband, former President Bill Clinton, will be less visible, and she will focus more on the economy. In addition to trouncing Clinton by more than 2-1 margin in South Carolina, Obama has locked up 2 key endorsements, Caroline Kennedy and, of course, Senator Edward Kennedy. They actually compared Obama to President John F. Kennedy.
Oh. How'd they do that?
By saying it's hope, is basically what they said. They were saying that, he provides hope for this country the very same way that John F. Kennedy did back in 1960.
And I'll tell you what, if you listen to Obama give speeches these days...
Is he trying to mimic Kennedy?
No, he's starting to sound a lot like Martin Luther King. Kind of almost a hint of a fake Southern accent. But, I mean, he's a great speaker. I don't know if he can win.
Oh. Well, obviously he carried a state by a landslide in the South. It's not bad for a black guy.
No.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. Dr. Phil met the Dallas Deputy Mayor Pro Tem and the war against saggy pants on his show this afternoon on Channel 11. Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Dwayne Caraway says this is taking the saggy pants campaign to a whole new level. Caraway says the show got a little rowdy when a Florida father who sags encourages his sons to do the same.
Okay.
But Caraway says he was representing the city of Dallas and couldn't really punch back.
Was there any audio from that?
This is network television. There was a 10-second clip, but it wasn't anything worth pulling. It was just Caraway going, this is the new day. This is the new direction. So
that's just retarded. This is a crepe myrtle movement.
It's almost worse.
And now
it was a growing thing.
And who is it? Fort Worth, and is it Arlington? I know Fort Worth is in on the baggy pants thing now.
I was shocked when Fort Worth got on the bandwagon. They normally are a little, I don't know, smarter.
Contemporary?
Yes.
Who's it, Mayor Moncrief?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he bought into that.
That was just, what are you doing? What are you changing?
And you're buying billboard space for these things.
Oh, yeah, they're going up all over.
I haven't seen any TV ads or anything for that.
I haven't seen any, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Now, which side was, did anybody see it or see a clip? Which side was Dr. Phil on?
I have not seen it, no. I mean, it came on as we started the show.
Oh, all right. Go ahead.
On August 27th of 2006, a Comair regional jet crashed just after it took off from the Bluegrass Airport, which is just outside of Lexington, Kentucky.
Is this one where they blame the passengers?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
All 47 passengers on board were killed, along with 2 of the 3 crew members. The runway was too short for the plane, and it was dark, so the crash was blamed on pilot error. The only survivor of the crash was James Palinki, who was the co-pilot, and now he's getting sued by the families of the victims. On Thursday, his lawyer, William Johnson, offered up James's defense. The crash was not James's fault. It was the passenger's fault. Johnson argued that the passenger should have known flying out of Bluegrass was dangerous because there had been a lot of media coverage of its runway construction.
Right runway.
And they should have known that the air traffic control tower was understaffed and that booking a flight that takes off when it's dark is dangerous. Comair is actually accepted responsibility in the crash, but it says that the airport and the FAA should share the blame. They are not blaming the passengers.
So as a patron, I'm supposed to take partial liability because you're a fool.
Basically, the guy picked the wrong runway and took off. It was dark. The runway wasn't even lit. I don't know. Call me crazy. I've only been flying since I was 14. If I got onto a runway and it wasn't lit,
you'd call somebody.
What the problem was? Yeah, why is this runway not lit? It's because you're on the wrong one.
This damn thing's only 20 feet long.
That's actually the fuel stop. You're parked on.
All right, you want a break here?
Play the David Lee Roth thing again, please.
Chuck, have you regrouped?
Go ahead.
Flo, does this really piss you off?
I just don't think it's really that funny.
Oh.
I'll be okay.
Is it not funny?
It's very funny.
All right. I'm still curious how they got the dry vocals, the unmixed track of David Lee Roth singing the Running with the Devil.
How that got out of the studio.
All right. Here we go.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you. Miss Lightfoot?
Mr. Martin?
What do you got?
I've got a problem on Stemmons, an 18-wheeler blocking the two right lanes. There's a car that was involved in the wreck, but it's over on the shoulder. Southbound Stemmons, Commonwealth, two right lanes, and backed up all the way to Harry Hines. In Richardson, northbound 75 before Beltline, the two left lanes blocked. That's got you backed up to the high five. And on eastbound LBJ at Kingsley and Garland, the two left lanes blocked. That wreck backed up to around Abrams, but that's building pretty rapidly. Fort Worth's looking good right now, so are the mid-cities. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Gail. 47 for the low tonight, warming up just a little bit this week. 66 for the high tomorrow. We're at 61 now at Live 105.3.
So is it all social services, or are they just trying to beef up Social Security and unemployment?
Yeah, no.
With that package with the tax rebate that JD will never see.
That's just for taxpayers, but then the Senate wants to tack on extension of unemployment benefits and make sure every senior who's just living on
Social Security checks.
Yeah, that they get some money too.
All right, I can't come up with an argument for that. Now, if they want to extend other services that allow you to sit around, I'd like to see those go away, or at least be finite, because they don't seem to be.
No,
because anytime you have something that's infinite, then there's no incentive to go do anything. All I got to do is sit here, they'll send me checks, and I'll exist that way.
And if you have a few more babies, you get more motivation to have more children. That one I never understood that.
But because the kids have to come first.
Okay, then don't have kids.
Have we taken a role reversal on the show?
No. I mean, have kids if you can afford them, but
you just seem so angry.
Makes me.
Have you stopped sleeping well, Joe?
I'm sleep great.
Still have your sleep apnea machine?
Yes, I do actually. I'm actually looking at it when you made for the commercials. A new process.
Of what?
It's actually surgery called the pillar procedure. Instead of the CPAP machine, which I got to be honest, a lot of nights you pull it off and you sleep because it's like having the alien sitting on your face.
I thought you said you got used to it.
You do after a while, but it's still uncomfortable.
You'll change anything for cash.
No, actually, this is pretty cool. This is surgery.
These snoring people? Snoring people?
Yeah.
They give you cash?
Are they giving me cash?
Yeah.
They might be.
So now you turn on your CPAP machine.
If I cannot have a machine on my face every night, I will do this. Bless you.
Ain't y'all come out?
Nope.
All right.
What is that, some graduation level now that you can sneeze without spitting your chaw out?
In the beginning, when I'd have to sneeze and I had a mouthful of chaw, it looked like a Rorschach.
I can't even imagine why you do that. You're still doing it. How long have you been doing it? A year yet?
No. 9 months?
Yeah. But you're hooked.
No.
Can you quit?
Maybe after these last 2 logs that I bought from Sam's.
Well, you quit over Christmas break for one.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just didn't think about it. I had so many things going on. As long as I was busy, I didn't think to go buy any or go look for the can. You get idle, and then you just, for whatever reason, you want a nice fix of nicotine.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe this is ever a discussion you and I would be having about nicotine.
And it's just and Trey's right. I didn't buy the whole oral fixation. There's just something about having the thing in your mouth and unloading a wad of spit.
What is so...
I don't know, because the browner it is, the better you feel about life. That right, Chuck?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see Chuck during band practice when he's twisted at somebody.
Right.
He looks like an Ethiopian woman. He'll pack them top and bottom.
I don't get the magic, and hopefully I never will.
They're the ones that do the plates.
Yeah.
You get the joke.
Close enough. We get the joke. What are we talking about?
Social services. Snoring operation.
Yeah, what are you going to have done?
It's called a pillar procedure. And basically, they take the soft palate, like run your tongue up through your mouth. It's hard in the front and it's soft in the back.
Yeah.
The soft part is what makes you snore. So what they
That's the thing that vibrates.
Yes, when that makes you go, yeah. And then what they do is they put, for lack of a better term, little kind of stents. 3 of them up
little pillars.
Yeah, basically. And they just firm it up where at night
it doesn't rattle.
You don't rattle. Yeah. And it's an amazing procedure. And I'm going to have it done.
When are you going to have this done?
Probably.
What's the recovery time?
20 minutes.
20 minutes and you got no... What is it, Ryan?
Guy online too had it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to some people that have had it done. I really would.
Sure.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
I've been trying to
your
do
client.
research.
Yes, Jay.
Yeah, I was calling to tell JD don't do it. I've had it done about 9-10 months ago.
And?
No improvements. Very painful for the first week.
Bye. Bye.
Let's see. You
lost.
lost.
You get to delay 40 times?
You lost Papa John's.
Damn it. No, actually, no. It is. They will admit up front it's about 85% successful. So 15%.
Yeah, he said it was painful.
15. Again, I haven't had it done, so I don't know. That's why I really do want to talk to people that have had it done. Do a little bit more research before I have it done.
But you went ahead and took the cash up front.
Sure. I met with the guy.
Okay.
They do 25% of the procedures in the whole world here in Dallas.
Actually, Amy kicks me from time to time, so I think I must snore. So I wonder if I have the same problem.
Joy has to get up out of bed and go to the different parts of the house because I snore that bad.
Well, I'm not that bad. Some of mine could be sinus related.
Yes. And it's a damn machine. If it's not that, it's the thing going, blowing in your...
I thought you liked that.
I don't like it. No, I've never liked it.
You said a couple of weeks ago before you got the big cash that you actually got used to the CPAP machine.
You get used to it, you never like it. It's a thing sitting on your face with a hose attached.
Did he say he liked it?
I said he loved it. Said it was great.
I've never said I like the
sleep.
I like the sleep.
Best ever in your life.
No.
God, you're a whore.
What can I give you cash for to turn on?
I'm not turning on anything.
How much money to turn on
There's
Jesus?
There's nobody that likes the CPAP.
How about a nice George Foreman grill? Would you turn on Jesus for that?
Nobody likes the CPAP machine. You put up.
How about
with
a single-serve coffee maker?
Yeah.
Because I just bought one of those.
Why the hell would you get that?
You don't have to brew a pot of coffee?
Yeah, no.
Have you seen one of these, Dan?
It depends which kind, because we actually have one. Ours is the Keurig.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get the big one or the smaller one?
I bought the big stainless steel one.
You rule.
What does it do?
It keeps, 2 or 3 cups always heated. The water that you'd need for that.
Okay.
And you take these little disposable cups about the size of a creamer.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You throw that in the machine, close the top, brews that cup of coffee, you're done.
And actually, you can get, depending, I think with the bigger machine that you have, we have the smaller one. I think with the bigger one, you can get 2 to 3 cups of coffee per pod or K-cup is what they call it for the Keurig. With a smaller one like ours, we'll get definitely 1, sometimes 2.
Preheats the next batch after you brew that cup of coffee, and you're good to go again. So I don't have to load the entire coffee maker. I walk up, throw the cup in, hit the brew thing,
and it makes
half a minute, it's done.
That's cool. Never heard of it.
Can you do different flavors?
You do whatever you want.
Yes, actually, I just ordered some the other day. You can order them online or go to like Bed Bath & Beyond and pick some up.
That's where we bought ours.
Yeah. But there's a handful of different companies and tons of different flavors. And
you can, if you want, it's got an adapter where you can load your own coffee into it.
Huh.
Because those cups, I think as you break it down, each little thing you throw in the machine is probably about 40 cents.
I think they got some for the break room here if you take some of the coffee.
They got this little cup thingy?
No, they don't. No.
That's not what those things are.
No, that makes a whole...
No, yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, they've got those automatic...
It's the one you're...
Yeah, it's about this big, and the cups that you throw in are about the size of one of those dairy creamer.
But they look like they're freeze-dried type thing?
That's Folgers we have in there.
No,
that makes a whole
the creamer cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did we get that?
Shut up! It makes a whole pot.
I saw them a couple weeks ago.
Single serve.
Yes.
Just God, something else for you to steal.
Not if I get to it first. I don't drink coffee up here. They want me to be happy at home.
No, they don't.
I don't go to the bathroom here. I don't drink coffee here. I don't do anything. And that stuff is meant for people who work here. And just because I don't enjoy it here doesn't mean I can't enjoy it in some place. And I'm taking those.
No, you can't just steal from the... You can, obviously. You can do... If you shot a cannon off in the building and dislocated your boss's shoulder, you can do pretty much anything you want at this point.
You're being kind.
That's what Ernie and Jay said today. They were laughing. I was up at KLLI, and they're like, God, we're so jealous of you guys. You guys can do everything. You get to torment Gavin. We don't get to do that.
Why don't they try it?
It wouldn't work.
I don't think Gavin's going to pop them over something like that.
Hold on a minute. These are ratings.
They might slap him around.
That's why I don't try it.
Yeah. And I was listening, going to work out today, and Ernie was on some type of... He was on a different plane. He was talking about... I think they were talking about social services. He was saying, you know what? When I come across a problem, I have 3 things I do. I look up to my God.
Oh, boy. He did this?
Yeah. Then he went off on that for a second. He said, then you look inside. What can I do for myself? When you realize there's nothing there, then you look outside. Who can help me? I'm thinking the whole time, well, while you're looking in those different directions, I'm going to sneak up behind you with a Bill Dookie and knock your ass out.
Especially when you're looking up to God.
Yeah.
That's odd. That's a weird direction for him to go. They don't
very ethereal.
Yeah.
And you could tell Jay's fat ass was in the background. So I don't get it.
Krispy Kreme.
That's what I look up to. Thank God he's on the terrace. I can finish. All right. How we doing, Chloe?
Breaking 8.
Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. I was going to say real quick, actually, that does seem odd because the times I've tuned into Ernie and Jay, Jay's usually the one to invoke some sort of religious angle, whereas Ernie's kind of seems to more cast it aside.
So I didn't get that. This one just caught me off guard, and I kept waiting for somebody to come in the studio and knock one of them out. Because it really sounded like some type of religious hokey pokey.
You look up, you look down.
Somebody sneaks in with a Bill Dookie and knocks you out.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. You know what that is, Trey?
No. Totally lost on him. My bad.
You ever heard that term, Chuck?
But he does know how long a senator is in the...
You ever heard of a Bill Dookie? No. Nobody else? Well, why didn't you tell me I was wasting a punchline?
I know what it is. Y'all got it. I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Well, even if I didn't know what the Bill Dookie was, I just insert my own little object in here. It's like, well, it's still funny.
Oh, okay.
I just think the name's funny.
Yeah.
I thought about using that as an air name at one point.
A Bill Dookie.
Yeah. It's that long, it's like a post hole digging shovel.
Oh, okay.
What do they call those?
I don't know. Post hole digging shovels?
I was waiting for JD to throw out spade.
Oh. I'm not going to say that.
It's a shovel.
It is. That's what it's called. Okay. Shovel, spade.
My grandparents would call it a Bill Dookie. And I'll probably find out very soon that it's some type of racist term.
No.
Go ahead.
48-year-old Anne-Marie Linscott of Rockford, Michigan, had just had an affair with a married man from Oroville, California, and wanted his wife dead. So she decided the best place to find a hitman would be on Craigslist. So she posted a sort of ambiguous ad in the freelance jobs section of Sacramento's Craigslist page. The ad was looking for
Bill Dookie will travel.
That would have been more ambiguous than the direction she took.
Something like that?
More in the middle.
All right.
She says her ad posted, "Silent assassins eradicate a female living in Oroville, California."
Don't they know that the FBI watches things like that? As well as what do you call the magazines? I can't think of what they're called.
Soldier of Fortune.
Those.
They
keep an eye on those as well.
Yeah, you have
I didn't think about Craigslist, though. I put something in the green sheet. Or the thrifting
nickel.
Okay. The other one makes sense.
No.
3 people contacted Anne-Marie at her email address. She also offered people $5,000 if they successfully completed the eradication task. Fortunately, some responsible Craigslist users saw the ad. Craigslist passed on all the info they had to the FBI, and the feds arrested Anne-Marie on Thursday before she could finalize a deal with any of her hitmen. When a federal agent asked Anne-Marie what she meant by eradicate, Anne-Marie told him, to have her killed. She's been charged with using interstate commerce to facilitate murder for hire.
So they actually set her up in a sting.
No, they...
I don't think they had to.
No, they didn't have to. They just went and asked her.
They went to her house and went, what do you
if an FBI agent comes in and says, all right, eradicate, what is that? I would just say muff his hair.
But she had already posted an ad for a hitman.
That's when you go on and you expound on what you meant. I just want his hair ruffled.
That's when you go on and do that. If you're smart, she's not.
Exactly.
Duh, kill him.
Stupid. Okay. I heard a story coming in on KLLI. There was some kid, I guess it was last year, he was just now sentenced, flashed some gang signs to undercover cops.
Okay.
19 years.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it wasn't the gang signs. It was the coke and the Uzi.
Oh.
that they found at his house.
Never mind. No, I understand. Okay, so he flashes gang signs, and they stop him. And why would
they don't stop him. They act like they're gang members.
Okay, just to see what he's doing, where he's going?
Yeah.
So it's a sting.
Yeah.
19 years?
Yeah, and the kid's only 19.
There's people that don't get that for murder.
Well, yeah, obviously had a lot of coke.
And Uzis.
Yeah, there was some other stuff, but I was just still laughing at the gang signs to the cops. Good.
No matter what you've heard about Jessica Simpson and Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo over the last few weeks, they have not broken up.
Just fine, doing the off season.
In fact, they were actually vacationing together again, this time in Rancho Mirage, California, this over the weekend. As for the rumors, Jessica's representative says, I've spoken to both Jess and Tony, and they are completely secure in their relationship and won't let this garbage get under their skin.
All right, so wasn't there a statement or Romo addressed somebody and said, I'm done with this? Or all of that was just...
I think that was all just, people making stuff up.
Fictitious.
It was a tabloid story. We read it actually a couple of weeks ago, and it had quotes from OK Magazine, one of the tabloids, saying, well, one friend says this and another friend says this. And that's how they always do it, is a friend close to says.
Okay. That way you're balanced. They come back and they sue you. Hey, we said somebody else said that we didn't know what we were talking about.
So they're still together. Everything's fine.
They seem to be very much happy and still vacationing.
All right.
And, of course, we've been hearing that
he is.
We've been hearing that Heath Ledger was ill with the flu.
Could you really be happy dating Jess? Where are they right now?
Right now they're in California vacationing at Rancho Mirage.
Oh, yes. Some dip like that. I want to make sure he's out of town. Some absolute blonde-headed retard that, what are you going to have in common with? Because Tony Romo seems like a smart guy.
You got me on that one. I mean,
she's hot. And
hot is fine, but you got to deal with everything else that goes along with it. They don't just show up there and be hot. No. They want to do things. They want to go places.
Well, so does he.
But she's probably going to want to do things that he has no interest in. And I don't care how hot she is. She's worth, they're in California?
Yes.
She's worth banging the piss out of. She ain't worth dating.
Well, again, he's very young. He hasn't gone through all the...
How old is he?
27?
Yeah.
All the crap that we've been through.
Yeah, you're right. Because I hung on to a lot of hot chicks just because I knew I'm not going to be the next one. Once I lose this one, the next one is not going to be as hot. I'm always going to compare the new one to the last ones. I'm going to do everything I can because I know the instant we break up, somebody else is going to be bookmarking her clan with their weenie.
That night.
You got to go through the entire breakup process. Because you're a troll. I can't go get somebody immediately the next day.
No.
And, she's already getting it split by somebody else and stuff in clothes that I gave her. Nasty whore. Then you moved to Traverse City, Michigan, and you screw me around again from up there.
Here we go. Let this one go. Let it go. Look where you are. Look where you are now.
But this is still one that this is one that I just couldn't conquer, and it just looms.
Yeah, that one's going to bug you forever because you didn't control it. You're a control freak, and you couldn't control that one. That one got away.
Yeah, I got my ass beat on that one.
Which one was it? Was this?
Oh, here we go.
It's tall, hot blonde. The one that I gave $800 to fly back down here, and she spent it on coke.
But she didn't die.
No. Not all of them are accommodating.
I actually had a chick say that to me one time. She goes, when we were breaking up, she goes, I really, honestly, just wish instead of breaking up, you would die. Swear to Jesus.
It's a lot easier to deal with the grief because
that's it.
It's final. Yeah, there's no need for closure.
You don't have to lay there in bed at night thinking who's plowing it.
No, I only had one that turned out to be a good sport.
And that's more than most get, so.
Yeah. I miss her.
You don't.
The one that's dead?
No, you don't miss her.
Yeah, I do.
She died owing you cash.
Well, I got a lot of it back.
How?
When her estate was settled.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not all of it. Okay. I still screamed at her at the funeral home.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't go with you. No, I did not. You wouldn't let us go, remember?
No. They left me alone in the room with her, and I'm screaming at her. You lousy bitch. Still owe me $8 freaking grand.
A dead body, you're screaming. God. And you were okay with yourself doing that?
Yes.
Screaming at a dead body.
She owed me $8,000.
She was dead.
Doesn't make any difference. She died doing coke.
Well, that's
probably part of the $8 grand that I gave her.
Probably so, but she was dead. Have some respect.
Was this the one that was a dancer and a florist?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Why is that funny to everyone?
Those two things can coexist. And in the other job she had was snorting coke. Lousy, stupid.
You feel better after saying that?
The big thinged whore?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah. She wasn't a whore. She was a very sweet young lady.
I don't know what she did, because I wouldn't give her money all the time, so I don't know what she did for coke. And there are times she called me in the middle of the night, I got to get this rose shipment in, because she had the roses that you'd send hot chicks out to different bars.
Right.
I got to get this rose shipment, and I got to have the cash. Well, when are you going to have the cash? I'll have it in the morning. Well, pay them in the morning. I got to have it now. And it didn't dawn on me until after the relationship was over, and then we found out she was doing coke. That's what that was.
She was staying up from the time she left the club to get her flower delivery in the morning.
Huh?
She was
on coke.
She was using the coke to stay up.
I don't know what she wanted the money to do coke. She didn't want to buy any roses.
Oh, okay.
Let it go. She's dead.
I figured it out quicker than you did.
She's dead. dead, gone forever.
Yeah, good sport.
She was very sweet. I liked her a lot.
And she was on AA when she died.
That doesn't mean it's AA's fault.
I mean, she died from coke.
Yeah, she was still doing the drugs and probably drinking.
But I thought AA is supposed to address all type of
addictions. It is, but again, everybody.
Maybe the step-by-step process, you stop the whiskey first.
Possibly. Also,
then you work your way up.
The failure rate of AA is very high also.
I didn't know that.
Yes. It's about 85%.
Well, hers is 100%.
Yeah, she's dead. I miss her. She was sweet.
Whore.
Not a whore. Why would you say that about her? Coke, yes. She was not a whore.
She screwed me for $8,000. What's that? Whore. Thank you.
All right.
Dan?
We've been hearing that Heath Ledger was ill with the flu when he died last Tuesday. But
Does he come back?
No.
Then I don't care.
Okay.
Does he come back?
Why is he still in the news?
Because they just came out today with his autopsy reports. They say natural causes.
And he was 28?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'd like to hear this one.
Christopher Plummer, who was in the cast of the movie Heath was shooting when he died, says Heath actually had walking pneumonia.
Why wouldn't his doctor come out and say this weeks ago?
Don't know.
Why does it have to be somebody from the movie?
The movie over in London. It was very cold. It was very rainy.
Yeah, Plummer says, we're all a bit befuddled at the moment. It's so sad. Heath did have a terrible lingering bug in London, and he couldn't sleep at all. I thought he'd probably got walking pneumonia.
She tries suppository. Shove it on the end of somebody's in there. We need a break?
Yes.
No.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. To the Russ Martin Show.
Trademark.
It doesn't make any sense. How does it? What are the damages?
People pay to use the term Super Bowl.
I just don't see the damages done to the Super Bowl if I say in my commercial Super Bowl.
It means that the NFL doesn't get the money for you calling it the Super Bowl and profiting
Everybody knows
off
what
of
the
it.
hell it is anyway. I mean, it's not
But
like
you're still not paying to use. Is that Gail? Hold on. Hi, Gail.
Hi.
What you got?
I've got 3 backups to Walnut Hill. That's kind of odd. Southbound 75 at Lover's Lane, the right lane is blocked. It's backed up to Walnut Hill. On northbound 75 before Beltline, they cleared the wreck, but that's backed up to Walnut Hill. And the problem southbound Stemmons at Commonwealth in the 2 right lanes has Stemmons backed up all the way to Walnut Hill. Now on eastbound 183 past Regal Road, the left lane's blocked by a crash. It's heavy from 114. And on eastbound LBJ past Plano Road, a 6-car pileup in the 2 left lanes, backed up through a couple of zip codes all the way to Webb Chapel. So that's a huge delay for you. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thanks, Gail. All right, 47 for the low tonight. Still kind of cloudy. It looks more like winter than it feels. 66 for the high tomorrow. We're at 63 now, live 105.3.
Plus, if you let anybody else tie in the term Super Bowl to a promotion, how are you going to explain to people like Bud or whomever that pay for it? Why do I got to pay for it if these other people are using it?
Why do they have to pay for it? It's a game.
Because it's still licensed by the NFL.
Still makes no sense. There's no damages. If I use it, you're going to come after me? You're going to sue me?
Yes, they will.
Oh, yeah. Will they really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I own a bar, and I say I'm having a...
Oh, yeah.
Really?
You want to ask Gavin?
You can't even say Dallas Cowboys.
You can't?
Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Stars.
Can you say the Dallas game?
Yeah.
Or the Cowboy
that's
game?
ridiculous. It's
still licensed by the NFL.
Well, that's like saying a movie title is also licensed by Paramount, but you can say it.
You can say it, but you can't tie it into a promotion.
I guess.
I can't say the Cloverleaf. Is that the new movie?
Cloverfield.
Whatever. I can't tie that into some station event. Say it's...
We're having a...
Cloverleaf watching. Add it in.
Monster Lives, Everybody Dies.
Yeah, okay.
Like my Bud Light spots, I can't say, hey, you know, when you're watching the Dallas
game?
Yeah.
Oh, the Cowboys?
Or any of those. I can't say the full name of the team.
Now, is that because it's TABC rules, or is that because it's...
It's still licensed by the NFL. Is that right, Gavin?
That is correct. You can use it in news stories or anything that you're not making money on.
Now, the way KRLD... What's the giveaway you've got now on KRLD?
We just gave away a 60-inch flat screen to watch the big game.
The way they got around it was, we're going to give this away. It's to watch the big game. We can't say Super and Bowl together, so here's what we're doing.
Okay, very nice. Well, there's ways to get around it, but the fact is, when you sue someone, it seems to me you have to come up and show damages.
You didn't pay me to use this trademark term.
I didn't hurt you either by using it. In fact, I'm promoting your stinking game. Thank me.
Okay, and if I decide to open a bar and I call it Russ Martin's Coca-Cola Land, and all I serve is Coke, what are the damages going to be?
I would think there would be none, and Coke would thank you.
I believe we've covered this.
Yeah, I mean, considering that companies are paying $2.7 million per minute for an advertisement during the Super Bowl.
Well, that's different than just using it in a commercial.
Well, they can use it leading up and whatnot if they're paying.
They still pay to use the term. You don't pay, you can't use it. Same thing. There was a guy did pest control. Used to service my house in Plano. Okay. He was based, I think, out of Mesquite. He called Olympic Pest.
Okay.
The Olympics contacted him and told him to change it.
You can't call something Olympic?
Look at all the companies. Metallica got shut down for even coming close to using it.
Yeah, they made him change it. And because he was always a pain in the ass at my house, I suggested, why don't you just change it to Monumental?
Very nice. Now, I understand things like there was a bar somewhere they called it Hotel California Grill or Sunset Grill or something or other. And Don Henley.
It's the one in Addison.
Yeah. Don Henley have to drive by and see it. Well, yeah, that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, you probably want to pick an outlying area away from one of the Eagles.
Yeah, call me crazy.
Yeah. And JD even pointed out, he goes, you look at the menu, they have Glenn fries.
Well, at least they weren't even trying to hide it.
No. I just loved to have been in Don Henley's car when he went, what the?
No, it's a tribute restaurant. Oh, yeah? Where's my tribute?
Sorry. What else do you have to dance around, Gavin? Is that pretty much it with the Super Bowl?
Yeah, Super Bowl, you can't say the team names. You are allowed to say New England and New York.
All right.
Because you can't trademark areas. Or
got it.
You're not allowed to say, like, our local team, the Dallas Cowboys. Any team name or any player name is trademarked unless you have a working relationship, and even then you have to have contracts signed.
What about when a former Cowboy does a spot for somebody? I forget. Did they leave out one or the other, Dallas or Cowboy?
Yes.
Like if Walt Garrison was doing something.
Right.
Did you say former Cowboy?
Yeah. You're allowed to say former Cowboy because you could say, well, I was a Wyoming Cowboy. You know?
Well, he also
ride horses.
Yeah, he has a ranch.
I'm a cowboy. Yeah, exactly.
That's
You have to make it generic enough so that you could argue the point that that term is used in different references other than the team.
So you're looking for ambiguities.
Yes.
Vagueness.
Yes, very well said.
Well, let's see how you do with this one. The deal of the week that's been running for 3 weeks is still...
The Live1053.com deal of the week is Isabella's Italian Restaurant. A blend of old and new, traditional and modern.
Now, seeing as you're a part owner for that restaurant, and now it's been the deal of the week for 3 weeks, how does that work?
Well, we changed it. We sold out, so it'll be changed now.
You sold out how?
We sold out of certificates.
Well, why has it been the deal of the week for 3 weeks?
I don't know. They kept it going.
You're the program director.
I understand.
Isn't there somebody else waiting to be the deal of the week?
No, I mean, we had the first batch, and that first batch sold out, so sales decided to do another batch.
Same restaurant, 3 weeks. That you're a part owner.
Yeah. I'm a minority, fully disclosed owner.
But you continue to run the same thing over and over. And I believe because it's the FCC, that's an issue with the feds.
It's not an issue with the feds. That is an agreement in writing that we have.
So Plug-Ola's okay if it's in writing?
It's not. How is it Plug-Ola?
You're running the same thing over and over. It's supposed to be deal of the week, and it's supposed to change every week.
I know. Well, they decided.
Well, this one hasn't changed every week because you're part owner, and I smell something
untoward. Because it was in such high demand because it's such a great restaurant. So it was in high demand.
You're not going to like federal prison.
I'm not going to federal prison.
I believe that's what this is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I had nothing to do with this deal.
And you don't your restaurant, and it just happens to end up on this station, and I'll bet on KLLI as well. And it's run for the past 3 weeks.
It was done through the majority owner did it through the radio station.
Okay.
Yeah, it's completely legal. If the Russ Martin Bar and Grill wants to be the deal of the week,
you were going to make me buy airtime.
You know what? That was before we had this deal of the week.
And the deal of the week just starts with Isabella's.
No, we've had the deal of the week.
I've never heard this. Nobody in this room has heard of it until 3 weeks ago when Isabella started as the deal of the week.
Nobody listens to the station in other day parts. We've been doing this.
Oh, that's not true. I do.
And you have never heard that we're doing a deal of the week?
Deal of the week? No, not until Isabella's.
Oh, we've done tons of deals of the week.
Yeah, the difference now is that Isabella's, usually they don't run during this show, but because it's your restaurant, they seem to be running primetime.
I don't put them in the log.
Who does?
That's through traffic and sales.
Who do they answer to?
That's not my point. That's not the point. It makes no sense. Not every commercial goes through me.
But you know what? Maybe the first go around they'll stick you on an honor farm.
I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to just as a complete legal transaction.
Ask for an honor farm.
Yeah. Sometimes first time around they'll do that.
Yeah. There's a good one in Wyoming.
Oh, Lord. And how do we know there's a good one in Wyoming?
I was there.
You were never there. No. You were never in Wyoming. You didn't go to prison in Wyoming.
Summer of 57.
Oh, geez. You weren't even born. I was barely born. You weren't in a... Why were you in prison?
Animal abuse.
Really? That's not like you. What'd you do?
I was using a hair remover to wax bikini lines on Afghan hounds. We've covered these different stories.
I know.
Luckily, I found my notes.
We actually got an email last week.
I saw somebody sitting on hold Friday. Hey, who made your payments for you when you were in prison?
I heard at the end of the show last Thursday that Russ was in prison before. What did he do and how long was he in?
Different stints.
Different states.
Well, there was the one that was in Wyoming. Yes. It was a long, hot, dry, rainy summer of 57.
Dry, rainy. Mm-hmm. How'd that happen?
It's Wyoming.
I got you.
It was hell.
Is that what your notes say?
Yeah.
What did you have to do?
Sometimes it was funny that the guards, they would beat us with our own wiffle ball rackets. They would spit in our orange Julius's.
You get those in prison, do you?
You do in Wyoming.
Even though that company's... Well, never mind. That was 57. My bad.
That was the one where I had a cellmate who would take stewed tomatoes, throw it in the toilet, and scream that he had had a miscarriage.
I'm going to go on a limb and say this didn't really occur.
Remember Easter Sunday of 1987?
Yeah, 80s.
I was in the Tennessee Department of Corrections in Nashville.
For what?
Hang on, let me see. I was convicted of transporting commercial products over state lines.
What were you transporting?
Was that the...
Darren's dance screw videos, copper tongue scrapers.
That's new.
Lead press on nails. And Jake's ab rockers.
Okay, I'm going to have to give you that one.
Clearly, you needed to be stopped.
Anything interesting happened there?
No. Same thing. It was funny for everybody to get meatloaf or stewed tomatoes, throw it in the toilet, and try to get sent to the infirmary because they had a miscarriage.
All the rage. But the only jail you've ever been in that didn't have floors...
That was Tarrant County. That was the worst. You hang from the bars and just wait for somebody to come by and tell you, okay, it's time for you to be arraigned or whatever.
Sure.
Then I got this Chinese guy hanging on my ankle. And I'm hanging onto the bars. And again, the guards would come by. It was their little funny trick.
Okay.
They come by and wave, and you forget. You wave back. And let loose of the bars.
Is that what happened to the Chinese guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they was on your pants. I forget what happened to him.
He died.
Oh, man.
Do you want to hear any more? Because I got a few left.
Now, what prison were you in when you got raped by the Chinese?
Let me see. So I'm at the C block. What was it? Louisiana State Pen in Angola.
Sure, that's not a fun place.
No. It's Christmas of 72. And that was the year that Nixon had beat McGovern in the landslide, the presidential race. And I was pro-McGovern. That was, then Nixon goes on to go to China.
Right.
And all the guys in the laundry decided to rape me. Leave the gym sock in my ass.
I understand. Terrible.
And what was your nickname?
Ass sock of C block.
That's been really embarrassing.
Yeah, because there's no way to shake that.
Yeah, that one kind of travels with you.
Let's see. My cellmate would wait till I was asleep and he'd play bus stop.
I don't remember this.
He'd go around the room making car noises, and every few minutes he'd stop and fart in my face.
No, that one I don't really remember. That would stick with me. I don't know why.
Yeah. He was also the one he would let his balls hang out of his shorts.
Okay.
So I could see his cyst. Then he'd pop it on secular holidays.
Why?
Hated prison.
You see why?
Any more?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, where was it that the guy skated around in his own semen?
Hang on, let me see.
Didn't he pretend that he was somebody?
Nah, I can't remember where that was.
Okay. Well, they all run together.
I was locked in C block for killing an informant and for stealing an industrial conveyor belt-operated stainless steel dishwasher. I was serving LWOP.
I'm sorry.
Life without parole.
Oh. How'd you get it? Well, never mind.
Well, then they changed it.
Okay.
Yes, that was the place. My cellie would act like he was skating around the cell and he'd do it in his own semen.
Did he sing it? I can't remember. He sang a song.
I don't remember. No. One day I remember we were watching Wacky Racers and I got sick after chow. Nobody helped me, so I just threw up all over the floor. And they all bitched because nobody else got corn.
You've had quite a checkered past.
I got raped so many times, I got no feeling left in my anus.
I don't want to know this.
It was Christmas Eve, 1969.
Was it really?
For our Christmas party, I was raped by 5 black men and 2 white men in hats.
What kind of hats?
Don't. Or party hats. It was Christmas Eve. Oh. Stupid. Knives at my throat.
Oh, Lord.
I probably have AIDS now. And then after that, you get raped by all those people. You're classified as a homosexual, and you're so from one inmate to the next.
Oh, really?
I got sold once for a sack of bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap can be very entertaining in prison, I would imagine.
Let me see if I'm done. Yeah, I think I can run through all my notes. Getting ready for prison, I take a bowling pin and ram it in my butt.
Well, just to...
Fat end just to get ready.
Prepare yourself.
And then getting ready, I'd have a bunch of guys attack me in the shower and sodomize me. That's the way you get ready. Then I'd pretend to call the police, and they'd tell me don't be a tattletale.
None of this ever occurred.
Well, then I'll stop reading my notes.
No, don't stop.
It didn't happen.
It's clearly documented.
I once woke up in my bunk and somebody had on my leg and left an empty bag of Scott's Turf Builder in weed control. That was Illinois State Pen.
Well, that's understandable. That part of the country.
I had been selling bootleg copies of Freedom Rock and still in Hardini's.
Oh, that was a Herdini trick.
I can't talk about it. No. Still under a civil suit from the company that makes the bacon wave. Alrighty then. I found these laying on my desk 2 or 3 weeks ago. I forgot about all of this stuff.
What do you get on when you write this stuff? Because I want some of it.
Yeah, let's see.
Because that's like right out of the lines of The Wizard of Oz.
Bowling pin in my ass. 15 years. Was in locked up for a heroin and cocaine addiction. Spent 4 trips to women's prisons and countless months in the county jail. I wanted to die.
Well, of course you have to.
I've been in the Luther Luckett Correctional Facility in LaGrange, Kentucky.
Why that one?
I don't know. I was on death row.
You don't remember who you killed?
I was a night watchman. I was burning down a factory.
Oh.
They made those little fish sucker tank cleaners. You clean up a fish tank in minutes. No pumping, no batteries, no hoses hooked up. They stole my idea, so I shut them down. Would somebody please let me stop?
I just want to see how far you can go. That's a lot of prison.
Did I tell you about for Christmas? We stole rice from the kitchen. No. We put it in a bowl.
No.
We made Rice Krispies.
No, I know.
But we didn't have no butter.
So?
We had to whack in it.
No. None of this happened.
Okay, well, I guess I'm done. I hated prison.
Understandably so.
Dan, you gonna read something? You let me sit here with my thing hanging out.
Oh, my God.
On Friday, the FCC announced another one of their random indecency fines.
Get me.
This time, they're going after 52 ABC TV affiliates regarding an episode of NYPD Blue that aired 5 years ago on February 25th, 2003.
Yeah, I saw that clip online. I'm surprised that they aired.
Ever aired, yeah.
Because it shows whoever this chick is, she's in the bathroom, she's getting ready for the shower, drops her towel. You can see the entire backside of her from her head all the way down to her ankles. She turns sideways, then you get everything but nipples. And had she not been shaven, you got a nice shot of her hoop.
Who was the star of that NYPD Blue? Dennis?
It doesn't matter.
He was naked in one of the shows, too.
Well,
it's still illegal.
What does the story say?
On February 25th of 03, each affiliate has been fined $27,500 for a grand total of more than $1.4 million. According to the FCC, the episode, which was called Nude Awakening, depicted a full view of actress Charlotte Ross's backside and a, quote, small portion of one side of her breasts.
Yeah, her breasts were blocked pretty much by her left arm, but her torso was turned enough. Had she had any type of bush, you'd have seen that.
How that ever aired, and why did it take so long? Did it FCC to come around? Jumped on the Janet Jackson thing 2 seconds later.
Yeah, no, it didn't say anything as far as why.
And it's a series that's not even on anymore.
Right. And ABC is going to appeal the fines.
That was going to be, short of the timeline of how long they waited, that was going to be hard to defend, because this chick's naked. And really, short of not showing her nipple, you saw everything that was necessary.
Again, you would go back to how in the hell did that ever pass the people that look at these shows?
The S&P for ABC? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, and at the time, the reason why it would pass is they had let so many other things go through as far as that is specifically that show. That was what they were known for. That's why people watched it.
Yeah, 93, when that one came on, even ABC wouldn't carry it. And Channel 21 carried it for a while. And the only reason I remember is they were carrying our TV show. And then because it was a rating success, after that, Channel 8 decided, screw a bunch of family first.
Spirit of Texas.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going back and they're looking at old complaints since everything has changed, and this is their last year.
Well, it made it for 5 years, so obviously your standards and practices allowed that. Once you go back, what's going to be the timeline? You're going to go back to the 60s? How far can is the FCC actually going to allow themselves to go back and review footage?
Obviously, at least 5 years.
And why? What are they proven by this?
I don't know. How we doing, Chloe? All right, then we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. There's no containing them. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
All right, Dan, go ahead.
Lil Wayne was in court on Friday where he was officially charged with 4 felonies: possession of a narcotic drug for sale, possession of dangerous drugs, misconduct involving weapons, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Last Tuesday night, Lil Wayne's tour bus was pulled over at a Border Patrol checkpoint in southern Arizona near Mexico. Border Patrol officers allegedly found marijuana, cocaine, ecstasy, and several handguns on the bus. Despite his big day in court, Lil Wayne still managed to make a gig in Richmond, Virginia on Friday night.
Trooper.
The new Fox reality show Moment of Truth, the one where people are hooked up to lie detectors in front of their family and friends, has now invited Roger Clemens to come onto the show to clear the air regarding his steroid scandal.
What date's that going to be?
There's yet to be a response to the offer from Roger's people.
Did anybody else see that? Amy was watching it last week. I think that was the highest rated show either for the network last week or all the shows.
I can't imagine why. It's just because people, is it just normal people or is it people like Roger Clemens? I didn't see it.
I didn't see the entire thing. I don't know how you win, but family members, workers, co-workers, whatever, I guess they come up with the questions.
Yeah. I mean, like one clip I saw was, if your wife would never find out, would you sleep with another woman?
Yeah.
How much cash are they giving away?
I want to say $500,000.
Oh, yeah, I do.
And the object of it is you make it through, I don't know how many questions, but you make it through passing their lie detector. If you pass it, answer everything truthfully, obviously.
Gavin, did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
All right, how many questions?
There's 5 questions per money level.
All right. How many questions total?
5, 10, 15. I mean, you can go for a while. It's probably about 20 questions total. I think they quiz you on 32 questions, 20 are used.
All right. Now, who picks the questions? Does the show or do the family people, members?
The show.
Okay.
There are 3 family members and friends that are standing by, and they also have a button where if they don't want to hear the answer to that question before he answers it, they can press the button and they immediately move on to another question.
Well, hang on. Who has control of the button? The family member or the guy getting the quiz?
Like let's say a wife, a best friend, and a parent.
All right. Obviously, they've got to adapt some of these questions for the different contestants because one guy, they said, have you ever been a member of the Hair Club for Men?
Yes. Yeah, I think they similar to other game shows, well,
he's got a raccoon sitting on his head. That one wasn't going to be that hard to figure out.
Well, you understand they pre-screen them because they've already taken the lie detector. It's not like they're currently taking it.
Right.
So
these are just the results portion.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And the contestants don't know the answers.
And you can win how much? Is Trey Ryan, $500,000?
Yes, it's $500,000. Yeah.
How bad do the questions get though? Is it like, have you ever? Chuck was telling me about a movie he saw last night. Had sex with a dog?
Well, the first last week there were only 2 contestants on.
Well, hang on a second. What movie guy was having sex with a dog? Did he have sex with a dog, or they just ask him about it?
No, this guy asked his girlfriend, "What's the worst thing she ever did?"
She had sex with a dog?
Well, sort of, yeah.
What kind of dog?
I don't know. I didn't say.
Well, that matters.
Big dog.
Okay. Did she say why?
She was drunk.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead, Gavin.
They only had 2 questions, 2 contestants, and the Hair Club for Men guy is carried over to this week.
When is it on again?
Should be on Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday night. It's interesting.
The reason I asked Gavin is because I think he talked about when he was leaving here, gone home to watch it. Isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of the most hyped shows, and they did a really good job similar to movies where...
It's not really that genius of an idea. I know somebody that's been doing that for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
6-7 years.
Yeah.
You don't get any cash, but you get to hang on to your job.
I think if you watched it, you'd say, this is ridiculous. I can win that $500,000, no problem.
Well, it depends on what the questions are.
Well, one of the questions the first guy got knocked off from was he's a trainer, and it was asked, have you touched one of your clients in a non-training way? He said no, but the answer was yes. How he explained it is, well, I mean, obviously you touch them once in a while, so I was probably thinking, you shake their hand or
pat somebody on the back.
Well, hang on. So can you go back and explain why the answer turned out to be what it was?
No, I mean, once it's wrong, you're gone, and he doesn't receive any money.
Oh, all right. Well, most trainers would bang their clients.
I don't think most. I think a few.
No, actually, I think most trainers would bang their clients. It's a small number of, respectable ones that wouldn't.
Why would most? I mean, more so than...
Well, Dan had to go back and qualify it that way because both he and I train at Larry North.
Oh, I understand. Okay, very nice.
And they are all respectable there.
I know they are. I mean, in fact, I've had that discussion when I was working out there with my trainer, and he said that is absolutely absolutely positively you stay so far away from dating or touching anybody just because it's such a big deal.
And for the most part, a lot of times...
company policy.
It's company policy.
That's what he meant.
As well as it's obvious that, if you're doing it, you're going to be seen somewhere. Somebody's going to see you, and you're going to lose your job.
It really depends on...
You can tell sometimes just by the demeanor back and forth with the trainer and his client.
Yeah.
They're just a little too giggly and happy.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen any of that.
Oh, well, they're not screwing each other.
Why are they giggling happily?
I don't know, but I'd like to keep my free membership.
Very nice.
What I was going to say is other places that I've worked out at over the years, you can tell...
Oh, yeah, other places I've worked out, they're screwing all the chicks there. They're not.
No.
Yeah.
Including the one...
Non-stop.
No.
In the locker rooms. And actually, I do mean that seriously because I've worked at 2 different health clubs before, and that stuff went on all the time. Not at Larry North.
No, of course not. Why more there than, say, IBM or something?
Because you have one-on-one contact with somebody. You're in a training position.
Physical, sweaty, it's hot.
Yeah. They're giggly for a reason. At Larry North, it's just because they're in Southlake.
Hot chicks in Southlake. I've seen them.
Happy to be there. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. Well, Meet the Spartans, the parody of the movie 300 and other blockbusters over the last year, took the #1 spot at the box office with a take of $18.7 million. Coming in a close second was Sylvester Stallone's new Rambo movie, which was $18.2 million. Rounding out the top 5, coming in third was 27 Dresses with $13.6 million. Cloverfield with $12.7 million, up to $64.3 million in its second week.
Hold on. What, Clo?
Yeah, I hate to admit it, I saw 27 Dresses, and she ends up with a reporter at the end.
Oh. Where did that end up on the count then?
That was third, $13.6 million in its second week.
All right. That's good enough to ruin. Thank you, Clo.
No Rambo?
I got drugged to see that other movie.
What do you care what the Rambo ending is? Have you seen the R-rated trailer for it?
No.
Wow. You don't care what the ending is. He takes a .50 caliber machine gun and obliterates the back of a truck, and there's nothing but blood and guts flying. Who cares what the ending is?
How do they explain the fact that he's aged now another 20-some-odd years? Is he still dressed up like he was in the 80s?
For the most part.
He still got the head big.
He does not.
It's on the movie poster.
And how do they deal with that?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
Believe me, I want to, because I first saw the R-rated trailer when it was online like 6 months ago. And first thought was, why the hell are they remaking this film? Or not remaking, but why is he doing another one? And then when I saw the trailer, I thought, okay, now I understand why, because it looks pretty gory.
Well, he pulled off the latest Rocky.
Yeah.
What do they call that one? Just Rocky Balboa.
Yes.
I actually like that one.
I never saw it. Did it finish the story?
I don't think there's ever a finish to this, because you can always go back and add another plot line. But the fight sequence at the end, I think it was best out of all of them.
I haven't seen that one yet, and I've wanted to, even before it came out. I thought, that actually looks kind of good, despite my reservations.
Okay, I didn't know you saw that.
Is it out on DVD?
Yeah, Rocky loses.
Thank you.
Ass.
He's going to go rent it on the way home tonight.
It's still a good fight sequence. I'll tell you what not to rent.
What?
I gave this to Chuck for Christmas.
Okay.
The Simpsons movie.
Okay.
What a piece of...
Is it that bad? I haven't seen it.
I gave it to Chuck, and he decides to leave it at the house.
Yes.
Amy says, Chuck wants us to watch this. You're a sucker. I believe the only part I laughed at was the spider pig.
That was in the promo. I saw that. That looked funny.
And the only reason I watched the end of it is you just feel like you're sitting in a slot machine.
It's going to got here.
I got this much invested. I even stopped the movie at one point. I just want to point out, it was your idea to watch this.
What a beat your ass.
I actually had the same thought. I watched it with my dad over the holidays, and I really wasn't that impressed with it. And then I actually bought, because I thought it was going to be so good, the Family Guy Star Wars spoof that's out on DVD now.
I don't know what that is.
It's called Family Guy, and they called it Blue Harvest. It's inserting all their characters into Star Wars. Basically a condensed version of the first Star Wars movie, and it wasn't as good as I hoped it was going to be.
Yeah.
And maybe it just has something to do with you go from 30 minutes to an hour or more, and they just lose all their punch.
Were you going to see the Simpsons movie?
Yes, I was, and I'm not going to now.
I didn't tell you how it ended.
You said it sucked.
I didn't. It made money. Somebody enjoyed it. Chuck liked it.
Yeah, I thought so. Seen Saw yet?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Has anybody seen Bucket List?
No. But Homer saves Springfield by riding a motorcycle inside a big glass bubble.
Well, that's $4.95. I don't have to spend a Blockbuster tonight.
Hold on a second. Larry.
Hey, Bossman.
You saw Rambo?
Oh, hell yeah.
How'd it end?
It ended with him going home to Arizona.
Now, how did they explain that he's still wearing the same clothes from the 80s?
Well, they kind of explained it by him saying that he just stayed. He didn't want to go home. After all the bloodshed and violence, he just didn't want to go home. But this movie was based off First Blood, which is like the second part of the first movie.
Okay.
So I don't know how the hell they got the first or the second and third movie in between it.
Did they address the fact that Richard Crenna, who played his commander, that he died?
No, they didn't have Colonel anything coming in. The guy that appears is a pastor. The guy that wakes Rambo up and says, "We need your help," is a pastor from this Save the World Jesus Freak camp.
And how was Rambo saving the planet?
He really wasn't trying to. He was just trying to save the people that went to save the planet.
Oh, all right.
He just wanted to be left the hell alone, and he just ended up killing a S-load of people with blood and bombs and stuff going everywhere.
Good movie?
Oh, it was awesome. It's like Balboa. It's better than the first one.
Who was it that, I forget, who did Rocky fight in the last movie?
He was a newcomer. He wasn't anybody. I don't know the name of the character. He's just a.
It wasn't something as menacing as Mr. T or whoever.
He wasn't no Drago. That's for sure.
No. He was a big Russian guy.
The premise of Balboa was basically it goes on boxing what it is now. It's so boring now that there's no competition. So there was nobody left out there but Rocky to fight.
And even though you really know that the movie can end in a bad way because it's Rocky, you still get into the fight scene and you get wound up in that.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Oh man, all the blood and shooting, and Rambo actually takes one of those.
We're back to Rocky now. Thank you, though. But that's an easy way to win a bout. How we doing, Chloe? Go ahead.
Well, I guess it's safe to say that Nicolas Cage is bothered by his receding hairline.
Hold on a second. What was the bucket movie you asked about?
Bucket List. Jack Nicholson. I just wondered if anybody had seen it because I was going to go over the weekend.
Greg, did you see it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They both die, get cremated, get buried at the top of the mountain.
According to Britain's Sun tabloid, some reporters in London were waiting to talk to Nicolas Cage about his upcoming movie, Bangkok Dangerous.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
That's what the movie's about. Are you really that surprised?
I don't really know. It looked good.
Before Cage...
You like mountains.
Before Cage entered the room, one of his people came out and...
What is this story about?
Nicolas Cage, according to Britain's Sun tabloid, some reporters, he's bothered by his receding hairline so much that...
A hat.
before he came
into
Ron Howard. That before Nicolas Cage entered the room, one of his people came out and handed the reporters a letter informing them that Cage would walk out if anyone even looked at his hairline.
You got the cash, get plugs.
Well, you get plugs or just get over it. And we see you in the movies. We know your hair's going away.
He didn't seem to have a problem with his hair in Con Air, and that's when he should have been wearing a hat.
What about Rogaine? Would that work?
It works on some people, but that's more to keep your hair, not so much regrow. Like Propecia, it'll help a little bit in regrowing, but it's more for keeping what you got.
All right. You're laughing at John.
Propecia. I can't think of that as a hair growth thing anymore. Now it's Propecia Nequa. From all the 911 calls.
Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. It's not uncommon for a woman to say she's only interested in a purely physical relationship with a man, only to get clingy and attached after they get intimate the first time. And now they're saying there's a scientific reason for this. When women...
I've already told you about this. You're talking about the chemical that the brain produces?
Yes.
Oxytocin?
Tocin.
Okay.
Yeah. When women are having sex, their bodies release oxytocin, which is also referred to as the cuddle hormone. Scientists believe this hormone makes them feel more attached to the person that they're with.
Guys don't have that.
No, we don't. We, on the other hand, release significantly less oxytocin, and its effects are counteracted by, of course, testosterone. That's why a guy seems to have no attachment and sometimes even an aversion to a woman after having sex.
Well, you've done biologically, you've done what you need to do to procreate. They release the oxytocin, is that right?
Yes.
And we blow sperm.
And as sticky as that sounds, it's true. I mean, when you're done with a woman, you're done.
Well,
you'd like to get cuddled. Because
I've said before, if you're trying to get back with an ex, if you can bang her just one time, she's going to release that oxytocin. And you got a shot at salvaging that relationship.
Coming back in. I never thought of it that way.
But they need to be willing, because they don't release the oxytocin if you force them.
I understand.
All right, I want to be confused.
No confusion here. What's wrong with you?
41-year-old Marie Cooley of Jacksonville, Florida is an architect. And last week...
Yeah, you're releasing it, yeah.
Do you feel bonded? Stop. Stop. Hey, Chloe, you stop.
What, Chloe?
Crazy bitch.
So last week, Marie Cooley of Jacksonville was looking through the newspaper and in the classifieds.
I wonder if I just got to bang you to get you to release it.
No.
Manual.
Stop, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Let's go out for a ride in the car.
No.
It's a little bit of dash and release that oxytocin.
No.
Love me? All right, maybe you hit the wrong part of the day. Kiss him?
This is wrong.
You want me to do the I love you and SOS?
No, I don't. Yeah, I got it. I feel so dirty.
I miss metal dashes. Were you going to say something, Trey?
All right. What would you say here?
That's why they got long hair.
Oh, my God. Stop this. No.
41-year-old Marie Cooley of Jacksonville, Florida is an architect, and last week she was looking through the newspaper and in the classifieds. She saw a job that looked almost exactly like hers, complete with her boss's phone number as the contact number. Marie concluded that she was getting canned from Stephen E. Hutchins Architects, and she wasn't going down without taking the company down.
Hold on a second. Trey just sent me a note. Why would you think you could release oxytocin by giving her a dirty Sanchez? It's not in their stool.
This is out of control.
Good show, isn't it?
Rein this one in.
Donkey punch would make sense.
Well, with Trey, he's on the wrong end of the body.
Some eye-to-eye contact.
Shut up. Drawing a mustache on him isn't going to do
Sure, it makes you feel good.
Yeah. Who wants Mexican?
Stop. Chuck's on the floor.
Is he?
Great. See what you've done.
Nice mustache.
Now that was funny.
Bull winder on her head.
Yeah. Little Dairy Queen swirl.
Yeah. A sombrero of sorts.
How did we get on this road?
I don't know.
Magic.
Well, don't write no station IDs out of this. Go ahead, Dan.
So late on Sunday night, Marie broke into her office, went onto the company's server, logged in with her own account, and deleted 7 years worth of architectural drawings. The value of those files is around $2.5 million. Now, here's the problem. Marie actually was not getting fired. The ad was running because her boss's wife also runs a different architecture firm, and she was looking to get a person on her staff who was like Marie. So even though Marie wasn't supposed to get fired after she deleted $2.5 million worth of the company's files, well, she did get fired. And even worse, she was also arrested for damaging computer equipment and sabotage. What she did is a second-degree felony and could get her up to 5 years in prison.
What are you laughing at, John?
I'm getting fired. I'm screwing these people. I'm out of here. I'm tearing all this place down. You weren't getting fired.
There was a guy that thought he was going to get fired. He was working at a station in the 80s, and that's when we still played music on tapes that looked like 8-track cartridges. And he took a bulk eraser and just ran it up and down the wall.
Oh, that was always the threat. Yeah, when you're a music station. These people piss me off.
And it wouldn't totally erase each cartridge, but it would put blank spots in all of them.
It would ruin it. Yes, so the songs...
It'd start playing, and you get in the middle of the song, and you got nothing.
Oh, gosh. Was that the Eagle?
No. Before that.
I wondered.
Toby Keith has joined Willie Nelson's fight against the slaughtering of horses for human consumption. Like Willie, Toby is urging you to join the fight by calling your elected officials in Washington.
Why?
Because he doesn't think that it's a good idea to...
He's a big horse guy, and he's got a big horse ranch, and he doesn't want horses killed and sent overseas for food.
I didn't realize they were doing that.
Oh, God, yeah.
I knew they still had slaughterhouses, but I didn't know why.
That's the horses specifically overseas for food.
What is it, Trey?
Oh, 2 of the biggest operations were in the Metroplex.
Didn't they shut those down, though?
Yeah, I said about a year ago.
Okay. All right.
John Rich of Big and Rich plans to release a solo record this year, but it's not because Big and Rich are breaking up. John explains, if anyone knows me, they know I'm always writing music. When Kenny, that's Big, and I decided to take a year off or so, he could rehab a pre-existing injury. I asked him if he was cool with me recording a solo project, so this year you can expect a solo record from me, but Big and Rich will be back in 2009.
All right. We need a break?
Yes.
Okay.
Play the David Lee Roth thing again, please.
Anybody else?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Is that the only thing we've gotten out of 4 hours? Is David Lee Roth on the crapper?
No, but it's funny.
No, but it's more than he gave us in 3 months of radio.
All right. Got a brake load? Okay, here we go.
Oh, yes.
That's my favorite.
Oh, God! Oh, God, I'm running!
We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. A show about everyday life where nothing is forbidden. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
All right, Dan, what else you got?
If you bought... What? I was going to say if you bought Paris Hilton's CD, you might.
Who else said something?
I think Trey did.
What?
Oh, so we got some emails. But
what do you got?
First one, Russ. How can you joke about hurting women? I understand you make a lot of jokes out of a lot of taboo subjects, but sometimes, but joking about beating your girlfriend or tying her to an engine is not a laughing matter.
I don't believe I've done that. Ever.
Ever joked about it?
Yes. We don't advocate anything as far as violence.
Certainly not.
Plus, the guy that chained his chick to a car engine, I believe that was a 351 Windsor.
So?
Those are Fords.
What the hell's the difference?
It's a good engine.
He chained her to a motor.
She actually let him do it.
That's the problem. She's a freak. I loved him that much. All right.
Well, obviously.
You don't have it coming, but you got some issues.
Yeah, I even think at the end of the story, I'm not sure if she wanted to press charges or bail on the whole thing just because she still loved him.
Yeah, I love him that much. That was her comment. That's her quote. You are a freak. And he was afraid she was going to screw the neighbors. How about you leave her?
Why?
Don't turn this on me. I can feel the wheels turning in your head.
Okay. Go ahead then, Dan.
Okay.
Please.
As I was saying, if you bought Paris Hilton's CD, you might actually have grounds for a fraud lawsuit. And we have audio here.
Put number 19 on the news disc.
All right.
From the top.
Here. Got it.
We have audio here of Paris Hilton singing Betty Davis Eyes at karaoke night.
Where'd this come from?
Somebody had a camera phone up when she was singing in one of the clubs recently, and they got her. But obviously, they put these people through so many pitch corrections and so much junk when the CD finally comes out. I
didn't even know she had a CD out.
Yeah, it came out. I want to say over the summer.
Chloe, are you playing it at any parties?
Nope, never had it requested. Never. I don't even say it on any of my hit CDs or nothing.
Have you heard it?
I've heard a few songs, and it's not very good. It's not catchy, and it's not produced as well as some of the Britney Spears stuff is.
Is it the same techno crap?
I don't think it's quite that bad. It's a little more poppy and not quite so clubby.
If you know you can't sing, why would you go in public and do it? I mean,
is that a shot?
No.
Yes.
No. Actually, I'm leading toward what happened to me this weekend when Joyce sang. We got a karaoke machine. Holy crap!
Why'd you get a karaoke machine?
We were driving home from the comedy club Saturday night. She goes, I want to do karaoke. Well, first of all, they have overserved you at the comedy club. And we went to the Big Apple where I thought they did. They didn't. She goes, let's go get a karaoke machine. So we went to Target and bought one. I swear to God, I'm up till 3 a.m. singing freaking karaoke. I know I can't sing. Here's a couple of versions of her not being able to. Everybody take your headphones off.
Does she know you taped this?
No. No, the alcohol.
So I'm guessing you've bailed on the marriage.
The alcohol was helping me out here. She knows she can't sing.
Okay, listen, because I can sing this one, okay?
I can sing this one.
What song is this?
This one is... Yeah, that's what it is.
You got a bad karaoke machine.
Clearly, it doesn't keep up with her.
Love that. Just call up the company. This one's bad.
It's the key.
What'd you take this with?
Just a little hand recorder. Little Memorex or something or other.
Is that the only cut on here?
There's another one on here. It's Kelly Clarkson, Since You've Been Gone. This is what she loves. Wait for the hook.
How long's the hook?
It's coming about 15 seconds. You get the idea.
Just 2 cuts?
That's all I have, yes.
Could we have more every Monday?
I could bring some more in, I'm quite sure.
How much was the karaoke machine?
It was really cool. It's $100.
Where'd you get it?
Target.
All right.
And it has a guitar input, a keyboard input, 2 microphones, EQ, a USB port, a SD card port.
Why would it have inputs for instruments?
I have no clue. I guess so you could play along with it if you wanted to play. It was just for $100. Really kind of cool.
How many different songs?
It comes with a little bit. What's funny? It comes with a little bitty black and white TV monitor. The demo CD is only like 10 songs.
Are they all off key too?
No, all of them are off key. Seems strange. They were until about 3 o'clock in the morning when I finally, literally, I went to bed. She's still singing. I went out and unplugged it and went back to bed. I'm like, that's enough.
How much longer does she go?
she kept singing in the backyard. She's out smoking. So.
I don't understand how you're able to do that as far as, like, you go to the comedy club and she, like you said, gets overserved and you're not drinking, and then you're up till 3 a.m. because she's drunk and singing.
It was fun singing the different songs. We got one that's country, one that's rock, classic rock, and then that one, which was like pop music. Kelly Clarkson, all that stuff.
Hold on. Is this one more of Joy?
To the Russ Martin Show.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you something.
I remember that movie.
See, there's something I want to hold on.
I am so cut off from sex forever.
And you know you can't for me.
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Where's the one with the biscuits on kittens? Three.
Roses and biscuits on kittens.
I've actually heard that song, the original version,
yeah,
and I can't hear anything but this version.
Roses and biscuits on kittens.
And the wing is internationally known, so maybe Joy's got a shot.
Bring us some more recordings next week.
I can certainly do that.
It's amazing.
She'll drink again.
The number of people, at least 2 or 3 a week, they send you an email going, hey, check this out.
Wing?
Uh-huh.
How long have we been playing this? 4 or 5 years? 3?
6.
Actually, one of her CDs is because of you.
The Highway to...
Yeah, Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
AC/DC.
Highway to Hell was on the radio over the weekend. Amy and I were going to the mall. Okay. And it gets to the first line, and she looks at me, she goes, did he just say... Oh, yeah. Is this our exit?
I did that to a group of people last night. I said, listen carefully. And they all heard it and go, oh, my God.
You don't even have to listen carefully. It's just there.
Right,
I can't believe I'd played it for so many years and didn't hear it.
Heard the song for 30-some-odd years. Nobody's ever brought it up.
No.
We caught it. We played it at the Eagle. And how did I miss it there?
It's in the beginning of the song, too. It's not like it's in the middle where you turn the speakers down and start answering phones. It's right there at the start.
And people still argue.
Oh, every time.
And because we do Highway to Hell with the band, I turned it up just so I could listen to it. And she stopped and she went, did he just sing? Yeah. You made me miss my exit.
You're good.
Did you load it up?
Both versions.
Do we really need to hear this again?
Yes.
In case someone just listened first.
Yes.
Here we go. We're going to get the emails.
Phone calls, emails. That's not what he's saying. Yes. We've covered this for 4 or 5 years. It's not season ticket. It's not anywhere close. You can write it all you want.
The liner notes clearly say season ticket.
Well, Bon Scott obviously wasn't a season ticket kind of guy. Class dismissed. Even Mike from Back in Black, AC/DC tribute band, argued with me about the same thing.
Really?
Yes.
But this is so clear. It's not like anybody's slurring.
Were you ever able to get him to recognize the fact? Or does he still hold out and say, no,
There's
he's
no
not
way you
saying
can listen to that and think that.
No, he holds out that it's season ticket.
We even slowed it down, and you could clearly hear.
Yeah, what is that, Chloe?
It's the slow down version.
I don't think we need to go over that again. All right. Anything else before we go? It's been a very eclectic show.
Yes, it has. Emails if you want to get to them. Somebody about the Operation Kindness deal and Johnny leaving.
What does it say?
Hey, Russ, since Johnny's leaving Operation Kindness, are you still going to support them the way you used to? I know you love the shelter, but it always seemed to me that Johnny was the driving force and your friend. Do you even know anybody else there?
Well, I know a couple of people there. I can't talk about it.
Who? Why? 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 Who do you know?
Just other people.
Who?
Different people I've met in different positions.
Well, Trey clearly knows. Tell the rest.
He knows what one of the positions is. This one.
Oh, I see. I understand.
Which kind of fits for a shelter. Dog shelter.
I understand. I did not know that you were involved with someone there.
No. I haven't really thought about it because I still think something's going to go back and happen. Johnny turns in a resignation because they decided to restructure the shelter and bring in a GM so she wouldn't be executive director. And when she resigned, I just figured the emails, the phone calls, it's only been, less than a week?
Oh, yeah.
That they'd have to go back and rethink it because you really can't have Operation Kindness without Johnny England.
How long?
Even though it'll still function and everything will happen the way it needs to, she's the figurehead.
She's been there 22 years?
Since 86.
I was actually under the impression until she made her announcement, I thought that she actually started Operation Kindness.
No, I think it had been in operation for a few years, and then that's when she joined, and they had some crap hole in Carrollton, Farmers Branch, wherever. Then they moved to the multi-million-dollar facility.
Beautiful.
Near Addison. And a lot of that was because of the fundraising and the contacts that she had and the C family that donated the millions for the shelter.
It's really hard to think of that without her.
So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm not going to any more advisory board meetings.
You've never been to any.
Huh? Then I won't miss it.
No, you won't.
I'll call her tonight and see if anything's changed. Something's going to have to change. They can't function without her.
I wouldn't think so.
Not the fashion that they have.
She's the voice. She's the face.
All right. Ready to go, Chuck?
Ready.
Okay. Let's go. All right, Dan.
All right. For more information about the Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, and more, go to russmartin.com. To answer any question you may have about the show, just go to russmartin.info. To instant email the show and only during the show, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites, johndavidryan.com, danandtassos.com, djclo.com, treytrenholm.com, and for Chuck on the keyboards and the band manager, chuckwheat.com. The official caterer of the Russ Martin Show is Sugar Babies Barbecue. Their website, sugarbabiesbbq.com. Limo service is provided by Limo George. His website, limogeorge.com.
Just wait for the break here.
Oh! Oh, yes!
Russ gets his guitars and band equipment from the Guitar Center. Their website, guitarcenter.com. The official liquor store of the Russ Martin Show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits. Their website, majesticliquors.com. And the official site for Live 105.3 is live1053.com.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.
See you.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info. Get some lights.